What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Roundtable. My name is UnrealEntGaming. I'm joined by the Cog Brothers Gaming, Fatal Brotherhood, Mr. Wolfalot, Notorious, Blaze, and Ralph, Mr. Vernley.
Hey!
What's going on, everybody?
Okay, let me start this off. What kind of name is Mr. Wolf-a-Lot?
Here
And
we
why
go.
am I
Shots
right?
have
Mr.
been
Wolfalot?
fired. Shots have been
Ooh.
fired.
That's Danny.
That's Dan.
That sounds like another
Why
Cartman
am
with a
I
Santa
right?
hat on.
Well, I mean, maybe he just likes wolves a lot. I
So
mean,
Mr.
Why
Wolf-a-lot.
am I
So
right?
does he live in the ocean or in the forest? What was it, ocean?
why would you say ocean? Wolves don't live in oceans.
This wolf might, Mr. Wolf-a-lot.
Well, this wolf particularly lives across the ocean, so he's somewhere out there in the fucking world. So how's everybody's day been today? It's kind of chilly outside. Has anybody been outside lately?
Today's that
It's
Skyrim
snowing
weather.
here.
Dude, yesterday was like 60 degrees. Did anybody notice that?
This
Yeah.
morning was 60
In
degrees.
fucking December. I mean, shit, I was about to call you guys to see if you wanted to go to the beach.
And people don't believe in global warming.
I wonder if there's people at the beach right now.
I wouldn't be
It's
surprised. It was
snowing.
like I think the maximum was like 63 degrees because when I woke up and I looked, I was like, this can't be real. And I fucking look outside. I look outside. I saw some guy in shorts. I was like, oh, it's real. It's been getting pretty cold. I mean, it's Christmas time and there's no snow. Conspiracy? Anybody?
Global warming.
But usually when that happens, all the snow gets pushed back all the way to like April and May.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
March
don't
is when
worry, guys. You're gonna get a white Christmas in April.
A white Christmas
There's
all
snow
over.
right here.
Speaking of white
Bird
Christmases,
has no right here.
we're gonna talk about one of the biggest tragedies in television history, and to me, it was quite shocking, and I'm pretty sure it shocked everybody in here. And it revolves around Mr. Hershel from The Walking Dead. Now, I want to get everybody's thoughts on this because I still can't believe that it happened. I really cannot believe that one of the best characters within the entire freaking TV show is gone. So,
Wait.
quick
Speaking
thoughts.
of TV shows, there's actually another thing that did you guys see today? Brian is coming back to Family Guy.
That's not a surprise.
That
You know, I saw that coming because the only reason why he took off is because he wanted to go film Ted 2. So,
but yeah, that's the thing. I think the entire thing was staged just so that they could get better ratings.
well, that too. But
Because
right
that
now,
episode.
right now we're going to be talking about ratings for The Walking Dead. So I want to get I want to get everybody's personal opinion, starting with Paul. All right, so quick thoughts. What are your thoughts on the death of Hershel? Do you think it was a good thing or a bad thing? And what are your thoughts on the future of like the franchise? Like, where do you see The Walking Dead going from here? Because I know you have a lot to say, and you're the fucking one that ruined it for me because I was supposed to watch the fourth season on my own, but instead you spoke too soon. So I want to get your opinions on that.
Did you
So
watch the
what's
rest
your
of the
opinions
fourth
on
season?
Hershel?
Did you watch the rest of the fourth season?
I did not, but I will. So quick thoughts on
Okay.
Hershel and the whole situation.
So the way Hershel was behaving in the first two episodes, this nigga he deserved to die. He finally deserved to die.
What
Honestly.
do you mean?
Ugh.
Herschel's
I
the
have to help
main.
these people, so I'm gonna go get sick and put myself at risk too, and nearly die.
Yeah,
Even
because
though
what's the
Rick-
point? What's the point of living if it's only you, both of his daughters, and Glenn dies? Everyone else, it's only like barely any of them left.
I don't care. The way Herschel died was pretty freaking epic. Imagine-
He just completely threw Sean's statement out the window. He's
Yeah,
like,
he didn't bother like arguing with it. He just said, you know what, just shut up.
Yeah. I'm mad he didn't have no lines. He's like, no, it was just like.
well, I want to get Sean's take on this. Sean, what are your thoughts? Because apparently your brother disagrees with you. He just doesn't really care about what you just said. So, well, what is your thought on the death of Herschel? Where do you see the franchise going from here? And how important was Herschel to you for the show?
Well, Herschel was the new Dale. He was and the Doctor too.
Well, he was
so
way better than Dale. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Dale.
Dale was like a perverted guy who stalked Andrea. So Herschel didn't really stalk women. He was just like, you gotta listen here, man. You have to think with your head, not with your balls. And like without him, the fucking entire the entire show from here, mark my words, is going to be chaotic. Because who is going to keep peace? Who?
Well, Rick, I think, is like the new main peace guy
Rick
now.
is
'cause
in
he's
the right state of
finally-
mind. I mean,
He is
Yeah.
not in no fucking position to be fucking calming people down. So, Dave, I know you had to have seen this, right? Or
he's
maybe
making a sandwich.
he's making a
He's making a
sandwich.
sandwich.
Or maybe
No.
the governor found out where Dave lives and he probably
Wait,
asked
wait, wait.
Dave.
Also, that's another main point. Like for Walking Dead, is the governor alive? Do you think they would pull that?
Well, according to you, yes, he's dead.
He had a pretty.
I
epic
said
death.
no. I said he could be
No,
alive.
you said you could be, but then you brought up a good point. You brought up a good point with the psychopath that's living among them. So
Oh yeah. So yeah.
maybe, perhaps, the governor is dead, and the new enemy is gonna, emerge from the group itself. Maybe,
It
maybe
has to be that little girl. That little girl.
I always thought it was a little girl, but
maybe it's gonna be something that you guys haven't expected. Maybe Glenn's gonna turn on everybody. Maybe Daryl's gonna turn on somebody.
well, it couldn't be Daryl because he was gone while most of the shit was happening, and Glenn was sick and dying. So,
And it's either that black guy that likes to smuggle all his alcohol, or it's that little white girl that's a psychopath.
yeah.
So what
Carving
happened
up
to the
rats.
baby? Like, do you think the baby's dead?
I don't think
doubt
Baby's
that-
dead. No.
It's either that they thought the baby was too much of a nuisance and they finally decided to kill it, or
I
they
felt
just
so bad for Hershel because it was, put yourself in everybody's shoes, right? Let's say you're on the other side of that gate and like that's your father, or that's like somebody like you held really close to, or maybe that's just a regular guy that you met and he happened to be Hershel, whatever. So let's say you had that bond, right? And you saw this man had a katana to his neck, and some fucking pirate with a freaking eye patch was standing over him with a tank in the background with a whole bunch of machine guns aiming right at your skull. What would you do the moment you saw like one of your best friends or your family members or whoever the person may be close to you just get
what happened.
beheaded? And it
Make
was
sure
just like,
you don't miss.
shots fired.
no,
all
I
Make
mean,
sure
day.
you
look,
don't miss.
if you think about it, Rick didn't just miss. He was running away because, all right, let's say he were to shoot, the governor dead right there on the spot. It would have been meaningless because he would have gotten killed like real bad. Like, think about how close he was to the other people with the machine guns. He would have gotten like called.
Yeah, I know. Rick had to run away and stuff, but I mean, come on, can't you like? How does he shoot him in the
Hey,
arm?
he got
like,
him in the arm though. I mean, that's something.
I mean, if you just aim for his,
44?
he had a bigger like target range if you aim for his chest.
Yeah, but you got to remember recoil, my friend. 44 magnums are pretty hard to handle.
But everybody, when they started shooting, they shot like retards. They missed everything.
Yeah.
They hit Rick in the leg. They hit one shot connected with the governor in the shoulder.
Well, why don't you try getting shot and see how it feels one time?
They were bracing on the fence too. It was like less recoil.
Well, I
and
mean,
everything.
what are you gonna do? I mean,
They shot like cross-eyed
why do I have
rabbits.
the feeling that Paul would try to pull a Jack and Daxter and probably like just try to dig a hole underneath the ground just to go on the other side and just try to like murder everybody, but he
Jack and
failed
Daxter
miserably.
don't dig
Hey,
dick.
it ain't no
Look,
That would
Minecraft.
take
Alex.
a while.
Alex, that's funny. Paul actually trying to shoot a gun.
I've shot guns before, Dave.
Oh, Paul
Wait,
is
hold
actually
on. But since Dave is here, I want to get Dave's thoughts. Did you see the Walking Dead episode with Hershel?
Yes.
Well, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think it was a good thing to kill him off? Like, do you think the governor's dead? Like, what is your overall view on that?
Do I think the governor? No, he just got stabbed with a sword and probably shot in the head. He's still alive. He's good.
Some people are saying that
He's still alive.
he might have not
He
got
just
shot in the head.
He's still alive.
No, but that's the thing. Some people
Oh,
are saying
yeah.
that maybe that woman didn't shoot him in the head. Maybe she shot him in the chest. Maybe she shot him like.
She probably did shoot him in the head, but
do you think he's dead? Do you think he's dead?
I'm pretty sure he's dead. I mean, would you not kill that man if
Oh, I would have killed him.
like that's your daughter
Yeah,
killed?
we would have, but remember, that's the
No,
first family.
no. If you're in that woman's footsteps, he basically got her daughter killed.
No.
Uh,
But if I was that woman, that woman should put the gun to her head right after, because she was just as stupid.
Why? That was her daughter.
It's a zombie apocalypse. Let me go put my daughter to go play.
What
dirt
is
over
with these
there.
white people? Why do they keep
Yes,
putting their
but
children to
Paul,
do?
remember, the governor said that right next to the river was the safest place.
Yes, but who?
But,
what
okay,
kind of
she
person
was
in a
the
zombie
safest
apocalypse
place.
tells their
Safest
child
place
go off
on
and
the
play?
Sean, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, shots fired.
I
Why
mean,
does
like,
Dave sound like
for
he gets
me,
further away?
I really hope the governor is dead. I can't. I mean, you're right, Sean. The other night, for me to hate him as a person and as a character, that means that he was a really good villain. So, given the fact that he was, and everybody was just too stupid to fucking pull a bullet through his head, yeah, I do believe that he's dead. But for Hershel, I think it should have been somebody else at least. You guys said Glenn was dying, so
Take Michonne. Michonne's actually killing zombies while Herschel's trying to pet them.
well, actually, Hershel was
been petty.
crawling away. That was like the saddest part. Like the guy's still alive. He's crawling away, and what does this other bastard do? He walks on over, and what did he do, Sean? He bashed his face in, or did he like
took the
fully?
back part of that sword and bashed his head in?
That was just, oh my god, dude.
Herschel was a cool guy, but you gotta admit, like if you go back to when they first met him, no, the zombies.
No, yeah, he was a complete douchebag. Like he didn't want to do anything. Like he believed that zombies were people like that. I mean, he was feeding them for God's sake. So that just goes to show the evolution of Hershel. Like you guys compared him to Dale. Oh yeah, right. Fucking Dale stalked Andrea for like 2 seasons and then got his stomach ripped open. Whereas in Hershel went from being a douchebag. But he went from being a douchebag who didn't like anybody and who was a racist towards Glenn because he called him like Chinese when he was like, I'm Korean, to like, actually accepting him and loving everybody and actually trying to help him.
Fucking that Korean boy. You got me, daughter. But
Yeah, you're not gonna be fucking Korean. But that's the thing. Like I told you guys this like a couple of days ago, I feel like The Walking Dead is gonna end off like this, and I mean like the entire like franchise is gonna end off like this. Either everybody dies and Rick's gonna be the last one alive, and he's either gonna pull a bullet in his head, or maybe Carl's gonna be the last one alive, and he's probably gonna go off and just find another group of survivors. Because this thing is not gonna end off with everybody being alive.
Or option 3, Rick awakes from the coma.
Or option 4, a nuclear bomb hits the ground.
All right. So we have 4 scenarios. Rick kills himself. Carl's alive. Rick wakes up in a nuclear bomb. So if you were the producer and the director and all that stuff, what would you do? Like how would you end off the series? Because I mean every series has to end. I mean look at the way The Sopranos ended, right? Everybody hated that episode because of the way it ended. Some people loved the way Breaking Bad ended. So how would you end off this series? Without pissing the people off, but being logical about it.
I don't really know how I would end it off, but I know the last 3 characters that are going to die are going to be Carl, Rick, and Daryl. They have to be.
So you're saying Carl? Wait. So you're saying Carl, Rick, and Daryl are going to die, like without question?
But at the end, like the
last. All right, but yeah, but you're saying, but the bottom line is you're saying that those characters are going to die.
Sooner or later, yeah.
But Glenn, I think, is the next one on the list to die.
Yeah, I do think so.
He's been freaking useless as hell this season.
He had a very little role in this, like, the very beginning of this new season, right?
Ah, shit, the man's been sick.
But yeah, Hershel was sick too. Hershel came out of that shit and got his head chopped off and still
yeah, but Hershel, he just got a new leg.
Yeah, I was like, that was what I said. But he just got the new leg, and they killed him.
And I mean, he wasn't really useless. I think he was the most important character because when somebody would lose their cool, this guy would walk up to you, he'd grab you and be like, listen, man, you need to chill out. And then everybody would, like, reason. But now, like, there's no reason. So who's really going to reason with the group? Carl? Carl's fucking practically lost his mind, too. Daryl lost his brother. Fucking who? Maggie? Maggie lost her father. Glenn's sick. Rick's crazy.
Question. Who drove off the whole bus and what happened to the baby?
You know where I think Rick is going to go now?
Where?
I think they might find Carol.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't he just banish her?
But she had a truck and everything. That they might find shelter and she might accept them into the group. Because did you not? I love the way the episode ended. It had Rick, his face is all bloody and the whole place is on fire. It was like they finally lost.
But here's the thing. What's the next location? Because we've seen a prison, we've seen the streets, we've seen, all sorts of things. We've seen like the first season where they were inside like that giant facility. So, like, if you had to choose for them to go somewhere, would you want them to go to a school, a hospital? Like, where would you want to hold them off?
Maybe a new town like Woodbury.
So, are you serious? You're saying another town?
Probably.
Why another town?
Because there's not that many other places you can go to left.
But like I just said,
they've actually like covered everything.
Well, they didn't cover an abandoned school. They didn't cover an abandoned hospital.
Yes,
they did.
Which one?
I don't think.
Oh, that's right. Well, the first hospital. Well, I mean, I'm talking about like a big facility, like hospital.
That elder home, whatever it was. They all in the deleted scenes. I watched some deleted episodes or something.
Oh yeah,
everybody in that deleted home, they got slaughtered.
Who was the one that said that maybe the infection is only contained in Atlanta and the whole world is perfectly fine?
Brandon.
I did.
It was Brandon and Sean. Brandon and Sean. Yeah, Sean. So why do you believe that the virus is only in Atlanta?
Look at it this way: if the government ever wanted to test out this theory, I mean, like we're all curious as hell about this, and think about it like real life. We all want to see how people would react. Imagine they would actually think of the idea to like close off an entire like city, country, whatever state, and then test it out, see what happens.
Yeah, but what about the people? What about the people on the outside? Like let's say you guys moved, right? You guys moved. But let's say you and Paul moved to Atlanta, and I'm stuck in New York, and I wanted to hear from you guys, and I wanted to like visit you guys, but all of a sudden I can't get any communication. Like, would that not raise questions? Like, would that not cause other people from other states or other countries to go to Atlanta and see what's going on? Because you got to remember, Atlanta and Georgia have a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure people have relatives that want to go see each other. So how would you prevent people from going there without revealing the information?
I'm pretty sure what they would do is set up a wall.
Honestly, yeah, but that raises more questions.
You remember from Infamous, like that wall, and from like Batman Dark Knight Rises? Remember the wall they had like at the bridge?
Yes.
They just started mowing down people. That's what they have on the inside of like facing Atlanta. So if any like walkers or any people tried to get out, they gun them down instantly. But on the outside, there's just a bunch of soldiers standing around, and then when people are starting to ask about this, the government's going to give them an excuse like there's some type of chemical virus inside Atlanta that they're trying to contain, and we're trying to protect our citizens. We're doing the best we can to try to help everyone and help those inside.
Like, seriously, I think the best thing to do when you get into a zombie apocalypse is to go find a boat and go find Mayor Bloomberg's freaking private island and live there.
Wait, Mayor Bloomberg has a private island?
You didn't know this? This is why I hate this guy. He claims to make $1 a year, yet he owns a private island and gets to fly his helicopter around the entire city all day. Fuck that guy, man.
Wait, he really owns his own little island?
Yes. He owns his own private island, or maybe more than one. I know he owns one.
Where the hell is this island located? On Mars?
I don't know how you can own an island.
Well, I mean, that's not really a question because Jay-Z owns an island.
Fuck Jay-Z.
Okay, but going back to this, Dave. So how would you
shots fired?
Like, what are your opinions? I don't know. This guy just said F Jay-Z. That's just. But Dave, how would you conclude the entire franchise?
Take it easy.
Okay, right.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the way Paul says he wakes up from his coma, that could be one, and then it could actually turn out to be real.
Or that's what you would do.
Like, honestly, that would be something that would be better. Like, he wakes up from the coma, but it really is happening around. It was actually a real thing and whatnot. Like, it starts to happen, I guess you can say.
So, like, so basically you would go with the idea of all of this was just a dream in his coma.
Yes. And when he wakes up,
would that not piss the fans off?
Well, actually, I would like that idea because I would like to see Rick actually know everything that's about to happen.
Rick would put a bullet. But as soon as Rick gets outside and everybody makes the group, he's gonna put a bullet in everybody's head. Besides Carl and maybe Lori too. You cheat on me.
He's probably gonna kill Laura. I wouldn't be surprised. But would that piss the fans off? Like, as a fan, right?
No, that all didn't really come true. I'm just talking about like the zombie apocalypse part came true, not all that.
In a sense, I would love for them to do that because if he wakes up, that means that you can redo all 3 seasons or all 4 seasons with alternative, like, decisions. Like, let's say, for example, instead of going to that giant science facility, they choose not to. Or maybe going to the farm, they choose not to. Or maybe they do.
Or maybe, like what you just said, when they go back to the science facility, I want them to ask the question, how did it start? They did not ask that question.
But would that not be a big fuck you to all the other seasons if they decide to go that route?
It would be, but it'd also be like, it's a nice branch off, honestly. That's a good thing to see. I would like to see
but how do you know that, let's say, for example, that this franchise ends, right? Like, would you be mad if they decided to do a spin-off with a whole brand new cast of characters?
Oh, yeah, that's I wouldn't like that, because we've already got...
But why? It tells another story.
This is like, it's just like if you tried to replace, like remember how from Pokemon they replaced Ash's voice? And they keep replacing,
that is true. That is true.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But comparing Pokemon to Walking Dead, they have these similarities. Like, you have one guy who wants to be a Pokemon master, which is Ash, but they never really told the perspective of other people in that world, you know what I mean? So would that upset you if they did Pokemon with like an alternative person, or maybe Walking Dead with an alternative group, like it's the same story, zombies and outbreaks, but maybe they'll try to dig deeper with the truth. Maybe this new group actually finds out what really happened, whereas opposed to Rick's group who didn't.
We got too attached to these characters. That's basically the point of it.
So you're saying no because you're too much invested in these characters.
Yep.
Pa? Mr. Pa? Well, what are your thoughts on this?
We lost Mr. Pa.
We lost Pa.
Yes.
Dave, what are your thoughts on that? Alternative characters.
Well, I'm not. This is probably like the first season I've actually completed.
Well,
I'm not lying.
I think it would be a good idea. But speaking of characters, we're gonna talk about a very interesting thing that just came out a couple of days ago. Now, a lot has happened in the last week or so. A lot of you guys know Paul Walker's dead. Nelson Mandela died. But also, we had some pretty cool stuff as well. We had the Amazing Spider-Man, 2 trailer, and I want to get everybody's point of view on this because.
Alex,
okay, Mr. Wolf-A-Lot is back. So, quick thoughts, everybody. What are your thoughts on The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and what do you expect to see next year from the movie? I'm going to start with Sean. Mr. Sean?
He's AFK. I'll take his place now.
All right, Mr. Paul.
I've got a lot to say about The Amazing Spider-Man.
Out Paul and Sean. Can we just keep one?
I heard that.
I actually chose Sean to speak first on Spider-Man 2, and Paul just cut him off and said he just went AFK, so...
He's here now.
I'm here now.
All right, Sean, quick thoughts on Spider-Man 2, the trailer. Like, what do you expect from the movie? Like, all right, even better question. What do you expect, and do you think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is going to be better than Thor?
Amazing Spider-Man 2 better than Thor? I'm not sure about that because there's so much. They really showed like the trueness of the characters, like Loki, the trickster. Like they really gave him that good name. But Spider-Man, he's up against 6 bad guys at the same time, and then well, at least that's what we're speculating right now because we saw like at least 6 little like things about each character. Already we know there's gonna be 3, but then. Is it going to be like all those bad guys are going to turn against each other, like how the Joker should have turned against on Bane in the Batman movies, but Joker died? Is that's going to happen?
Well, I mean, Oscorp is developing all these villains, right?
Yeah, so like, are all those villains gonna end up like teaming up together, or they're gonna betray each other at one point, and that's how Spider-Man gets free? Or like, does Spider-Man even have a sidekick?
Dave, stop inviting Tyler in here, damn it.
I only invited him once.
But stop it. But I want to see. Well, I personally want to see Venom and Carnage. I don't know about you guys.
I agree.
I want to see.
Venom is cool.
I want to see exactly how Electro and the Hobgoblin's gonna come together. Like it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be biblical.
Hobgoblin, what?
It's going to be
The Green Goblin, not the Hobgoblin.
No, I think everybody's saying it's the Green Goblin, but isn't the Green Goblin supposed to be Norman Osborn?
Yeah, it is, but
some people are saying he can be known as the Hobgoblin or whatever. So
Well, Harry, like, if Harry Osborn turns into the Green Goblin, that isn't is that a
I thought that's what
Hobgoblin?
was supposed to be happening with like the old Spider-Mans. Like it was gonna go
Yeah.
Goblin, and then he was gonna become the
well, I
Green.
mean that's
He
what I
did.
thought too from the first movie. They were gonna do Goblin and maybe Sandman or something. Because in the first movies they did that, but they chose to do Dr. Croc and.
I just have a question to all of you guys here. Did you guys like the first 3 Spider-Mans?
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
I want to speak first. All right. The first one was really good because the story revolved around, his grandfather and all that stuff and the Green Goblin. It made sense, right? The second one, it was just more like okay, well, he's fighting Sandman and all these fucking guys, so it's like man.
That was the second one was
the third one. I think everybody can agree that the third one was total shit. Anybody agree? What? Wait. What'd you say? You said what?
Alex.
I don't know why.
I said what?
Wait, okay. who else says that the third one was shit?
I say it was. Oh, I say it was okay. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, it was okay.
They completely fucked up with Venom.
Someone's calling Tyler.
I agree
Like I saw that movie when I was 12 years old, and I thought that was the greatest movie of all time. But now looking back on it, I mean, they did fuck up some things, but you gotta admit,
they really made Tobey Maguire a badass when he comes to like
when they teamed up at the end, both Green Goblin
awesome.
and Spider-Man. You gotta admit that was.
Well,
awesome.
I mean that's the thing. Venom is supposed to be a much more devious looking character, a much more violent character, but what happened was they turned him into a total flop. And Venom originally like dominates Spider-Man in all aspects, But for the third film, I think every single person can agree that the third film was not as good as the first one or the second one because they flopped the story. And Tobey Maguire even said it. Oh, I don't want to film Spider-Man in New York anymore. What? What sense does that make?
Alex, the problem with that as well is the fact that Venom can't be as violent as you like him to be is the fact that it is a children's film. They don't want him to be mashing people's faces.
Look at Avengers. Look at Iron Man.
There you go.
Look at all the other Marvel characters.
But in my opinion, I think the Spider-Man series is a bit more darker than.
No, it definitely is. I love the Amazing Spider-Man franchise because now they did it really fresh and they did it really new. So I'm really happy at the fact that they're actually spicing things up and like visually it looks a lot better, does it not?
Is the lizard dude gonna be in this one or not? Like even a mention?
There's gonna be reference to him.
Yeah, because they showed his claw, right?
There's that guy that was walking through Oscorp where you saw the claws and the wings. The guy that was walking through there in the shadows, the guy that was talking to him at the end of the movie.
Does anybody remember from the old days, from back in the 90s, the 6-hand Spider-Man?
Oh dear.
What?
I remember that.
Oh, Danny remembers. Do you guys remember when Spider-Man mutated and he became
he became
the evil 6-hand Spider-Man?
Yeah, that was creepy. I remember watching them cartoons.
He literally beat every single freaking character on his own. He took Venom and Carnage on at the same time. He beat everybody up. So
they fucked up the Carnage thing at the end of the third one in the old series because basically they went from the fact that there's like no Venom left besides the one that's probably in the lab with the guy. But I mean, either way, from that they weren't really going to get far by doing Carnage. Either way.
But let me ask all of you: do you think Spider-Man 2 is going to be better than Thor 2?
No.
Hell no.
So all of you say no.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Thor's 4 and 4's awesome.
Thor is just
Yes.
I gotta
Next
say, the
level.
CGI in
All right. So
and
let's
Amazing
break it down
Spider-Man
in
2 looks
detail.
shit.
Let's break it down in detail.
Oh wait.
In terms of story, character development, and action. Let's start with story. Do you think the Spider-Man story is gonna be better than Thor's 2 story?
Paul, didn't you say this is
They
where
have-
it's supposed to be, where Gwen Stacy dies?
Thank you,
What?
Sean, for
Really?
ruining it. Thank you, Sean.
Well,
Fuck you, Sean.
Because in
Fuck.
Spider-Man 3, when
Good
she was
job.
falling out the building, it was actually supposed to be Green Goblin shooting at a building that she was in, and she was supposed to start falling. Spider-Man catches her with the web by her foot, and the shock is supposed to kill her.
So in terms of story, though, do you think it's gonna be better than Thor?
Thank you for disregarding everything I just said, but
I'm just saying.
The
I'm
fact
bringing
is,
back to
in
that.
this new series, there's no
Fuck
what's the redhead person's name? There's no
Mary
none.
Jane.
oh, Mary
There's
Jane.
Mary Jane. So like in the aspect of he needs like a girl companion that he needs to care about. There's no thing her at the moment.
They
So
need to get Hermione Granger in there.
yeah.
Did you just say Hermione?
Hermione.
I watched the last episode of Harry
Wait,
Almost
Potter.
like ended
from
the whole
Harry
entire
Potter?
conversation. The
How
Batman
come Mary Jane
comment.
look butt ugly, man? Harry
What?
From
I watched
Harry Potter,
Leviosa.
yeah? Can you imagine that Hermione pops up like during the scene where Spider-Man fights Goblin and she's like, "Oh shit, wrong movie, sorry." And Wingardium Leviosa.
it's like one of
See
the
Hagrid walk in and become the juggernaut of the fight.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. She has powers, dude. I'm pretty sure she can turn Goblin into a fucking
Rat.
like a tomato, like. But all right, so in terms of action, do you think Spider-Man's gonna be better than Thor in terms of action sequences?
with the
No.
CGI. The CGI looks really shit on Amazing Spider-Man. But
That's what
Really?
everyone told me.
Complete
That's
shit.
what everyone said. They said that the CGI in Spider-Man looks like shit.
Well, a lot of people don't know is that they're actually trying to do something different than what Iron Man and Thor does with the CGI. If you guys notice, in Iron Man, some of the greatest fights always take place at night. In Thor, it takes place in a dark area, in like a grayed out area. Like,
Well, that's not really true because in the first film they fought in the desert, whereas opposed to the
but
second
that was
film
just
they
one
fought in
fight.
the dark.
That was one fight. Well, in the movie this big, you can have all sorts of enemies coming at you. Now look at Iron Man and Thor. Most of the big fights, like in Iron Man 3, the whole ending sequence with all those Iron Man suits, all at night. Thor, the biggest battles is in a gray field
yeah,
because
Oh yeah.
it's much
Paul,
harder
you're
to
wrong
do
there
it.
as well because you know in the fight, it's like you know at the end of the trailer where Spider-Man's like going past and there's glass being shattered and he's dodging it all and the electrical things are breaking.
yeah.
That's at night, so you got that.
Oh, yeah,
That
by
part's
the
at
way.
night, but there's some parts that are like during the day, like when he's taking on Rhino in his human form. That's all being done during the day.
Yeah, I
When he's
noticed that.
so it's like
Why
it's
did it got to
way
be done
harder
in
to do it.
CGI though?
What?
Because why couldn't they have done it like in the first movie where it weren't? I mean, the first movie CGI looked fantastic. I couldn't even tell the difference sometimes. But I mean, why have they got to do it in CGI? Why couldn't they just like do it to make it look good?
You want the
Well,
best you can get
yeah,
on
that is true.
location.
That is true. But
Also, remember the first Thor movie was like apparently terrible to some people because of that whole fight thing.
yeah, it was. But so the bottom line is you're saying that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not going to be as good as Thor 2. Okay, so will it be better than Iron Man 3?
No.
Oh, again, you say no, right?
Wait,
What about you
wait.
guys?
Iron
Okay,
Man.
yeah, maybe it has a chance of beating Iron Man 3.
Okay, what about the Wolverine movie?
Yeah,
No.
I haven't watched that yet.
Wait, they're having another
That's-
Wolverine movie?
Yeah.
Well, spoiler
amazing.
alert. This X-Men movie actually is a big setup for the next movie in 2015. And guess what's gonna happen? Apocalypse is going to be in the X-Men film.
Alex, did you like how they at the end of the Wolverine movie after the credits like they set up the Days of Future Past?
No, exactly. That's the whole point because they have to
I
fight
really-
Apocalypse.
yeah.
How else?
Oh.
How else are they gonna
Wait.
fight Apocalypse?
Oh,
Apocalypse.
I thought it was
Planet?
just the fact that they were going
Alright.
back to stop themselves.
No,
from
Sean,
the
that's
war that they have.
that's
That's
DC,
DC,
Sean.
right? That's DC, right?
Apocalypse is that's DC. What you're talking about there?
Yeah,
Alex.
Apocalypse is like the Thanos of the group. He's fucking just supreme and
Oh, I thought that the storyline of Days of Future Past is the fact they're sending Wolverine back to stop.
no, yeah,
them.
they're gonna go back into the past to try to see if they can alter the future. But the bottom line is, if you read the new interview with Hugh Jackman and like the cast and all that, they're pretty much setting up for Apocalypse because Days of Future Past is gonna lead up to that. Because
After.
remember when they
Next week
mentioned
after.
that there's an enemy or something like that headed their way and he's very very powerful. Yep, that's Apocalypse, and I'm pretty sure that's
Okay.
that. I mean,
Right, so-
I remember there was an article sent by one of my friends Edgar on Facebook where they pretty much had a huge interview about Marvel and like the possibilities of like Wolverine being in the Avengers 2 and like what the plans are. So like this goes back to Spider-Man because the Spider-Man movies are gonna go up to like 3 or 4, I believe. Amazing Spider-Man 3
They
and
wanted
4.
to do 6 or 5.
They are. I only saw 3 and 4 for now.
I remember them saying 4, 5, 6.
But what are the characters gonna be then? All right, let's say you have Venom in the next one. Then after that, we're gonna have Carnage, right? And then after that, what are you gonna have? Like enemies are
They're
gonna
leading up to the Sinister 6.
So.
But they're kind of trying to do what Marvel's doing, but all in one movie, and that's the problem that I have. Because Thor, you get to see the Captain America cameo. It's all a bunch of stories in one universe. Well, Spider-Man, it's just making everything in one.
Well, you can thank Sony for that. I mean, they're the ones that have the rights. If Disney had the rights, I assure you, it'd be a lot different.
Better or good?
In terms of what Paul just said, good, because then you're gonna introduce, like, imagine towards the end of the first Amazing Spider-Man film, right? You see fucking the dude from Shield. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Yeah, he shows up with Spider-Man. Like, we need to talk.
Because he's black and free.
No. He comes up to him. He's like, we need to talk, Peter Parker, and that's it. It just cuts off.
That would be cool.
And then, like in the second one, perhaps maybe Iron Man can make an appearance because he's already in New York, sort of say like his Stark Enterprise, one of his towers, so he can just like, let's say Spider-Man is just sitting there like on the rooftop just watching, and then you hear a man go, "Hey, you kind of wrecked my tower, buddy." And you see Spider-Man turn around, and then all you see is Tony Stark just standing there in a suit. And then, something really cool, where as opposed to Sony, they're just like, all right, well, here's Rhino, here's Croc, here's Sandman, Goblin, Venom, and Carnage, and enjoy.
Yeah, Alex, just saying, though.
Those are pretty good ideas.
Where was Spider-Man in the Avengers movie when the big black hole happened?
There is none because they don't have the rights.
They would have had to set, but if they did have the rights, they would have had to set that up in the previous movie. Otherwise, Spider-Man was.
He could have shown up in the end as well. He could have been like he could have been the comedy guy. Like, let's say everybody's eating shawarma, everybody's all peaceful and whatnot. You see Spider-Man come in like, "What I miss?"
Or it took place before he got his powers.
Perhaps.
Sure.
Or maybe he just worked there.
Oh, that would be funny as hell. Like, you see Spider-Man serving Iron Man. Iron Man looks at him like, "Hey, you look familiar," and then he just cuts off.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome because.
You see, we have the good ideas. Why are the Hollywood people not listening to this?
No. I'm pretty sure they have good ideas as well, but it's all how you're gonna execute it. Remember, we're talking about a huge universe here. There's so many different stories to tell. You got the Civil War, you got Planet Hulk, you got so many stories. Like, how are you gonna do all this like in one take? You know what I mean?
How does Planet Hulk come into anything? Planet Hulk was made out of radioactive stuff, and so you're telling me that there's a planet with Hulks on it?
I think Danny should just get beat repeatedly. I want to get Dave's take. It's weird that Dave has like access to movies to go for free, but yeah, he doesn't fucking go. So all right, so I'm sure you watched the Avengers, and I'm sure you watched all these films. So what is your take on Spider-Man?
Well, yeah. I've seen a couple of scenes of the Avengers. I didn't fully watch it.
Oh my God! Go die in a hole.
This is how we felt when Danny said he didn't watch the Fast and Furious.
Exactly.
Or Thor.
Well, I mean, all right.
I haven't.
So Dave, how would you base the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
What do you mean by base?
Like, how would you tell the story? What characters would you include, and would you make any references to the Avengers?
I'm not a big Spider-Man fanatic, so I don't know a lot of Spider-man characters. All I know is Green Goblin and Venom. That's it.
Do you guys
so
character?
Oh, okay. So in what placement would you put those characters in?
I would probably do Green Goblin first because that's all I remember is like Green Goblin always came first. But if it was just those two characters, I would probably have them come back together, but like different people. I can't really explain this.
Have you guys ever played?
I basically have them team up in like the third episode, probably or something like that. Third movie, I don't know.
What about you, Danny? How would you like do the sequences?
I would probably have to. Have you ever played the game Spider-Man Web of Shadows?
Yes, I did.
You know, when it
was it good?
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't the best Spider-Man game in the world, but it was pretty good.
I liked it, but basically, you know the fact like how Venom's taking over the city and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if there's one of the enemies that actually had like Venom as part of them, but it'd be cool to see like if they were to mix up the enemies a bit, like say like Venom get like the symbiote from Venom actually attached to like something like Dr. Octopus or some shit like that.
Oh my
and just
God.
make it really weird, just mix it up a bit. I think that'd be cool, or just like the symbiote attached to Iron Man's suit or some shit like that.
Can you explain to me? Because I remember back when I was a kid, like 12 years old when Spider-Man 3 came out, all the rumors of what really the symbiote was supposed to happen. Like, wasn't there supposed to be a meteorite crashing onto Earth with the symbiote?
The
No, was
symbiote.
this supposed to be on the moon?
Well,
And then,
yeah,
or
no.
something on the moon?
This goes
Oh, yeah.
back to two theories. It came from the moon, or is just like an object in the sky, like pretty much crashed
I
down.
remember people used to say that like the guy that runs the Daily Bugle, his son
Yeah,
was an
his son.
astronaut,
Yeah.
and he went to the moon and he got infected with it or something. I don't know, I forgot.
But I
I
mean,
know how Carnage came about. But I
this
don't know
movie is
how
gonna
Venom.
vary. But do you guys think this movie is gonna be good, bad, or do you think it's gonna be great?
I think it's gonna be great. I
I
think it's
think
just
on a
gonna
scale
be
of 1 to
the
10, it's
first one.
probably gonna be like an 8.5.
How long is the movie gonna be?
Well, does it really?
5
Somebody
hours.
was like, this
Yeah,
movie's gonna
because
be
they got
fucking
6
4
different
hours.
enemies. How is he gonna? It would suck if he defeats them all that easily in 2 hours.
Well, did you not see the trailer? He got thrashed. He got fucking thrown through everything. This guy was not fucking.
Yeah, so
winning.
that makes no sense how he could beat them all in 2 hours.
I
Don't
wanna
tell me he's
know
gonna
is-
pull
Well,
like
actually, that I can introduce one character that can beat them all in seconds, and he is made out of steel.
Falcon.
Actually, he's made out of steel.
Falcon.
He's Paul's
Falcon,
favorite
whatever his
character.
name is. Which one's that?
Oh, you know, the guy that's made out of steel.
I have a favorite
Clank?
character.
No, he's from another planet.
Funny.
He has the souls of 1 billion people in him.
Who?
Not that piece of shit.
Yep,
Hey?
I'm talking about the
Ooh.
legendary Man of Steel. The
Iron Man can
Oh,
kill
really?
Superman.
no, this actually goes back to what Paul said a couple days ago. So, Man of Steel 2, you said something about Wonder Woman and Flash. Please elaborate.
Wonder Woman's been announced, and Flash, they said he's in the works, or he's gonna be making a cameo. So this
Well,
is basically gonna be Justice League, the prequel.
I mean, would that not be cool to see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman and Flash just?
doing it by
Oh.
horrible.
Well, I mean,
That
this
sounds
that-
like they're
that-
rushing it even more than what Spider-Man's doing.
But they're really desperate because look what movie they're competing with.
with like they got the Spider-Man series, they got the X-Men series, and plus the Avengers too.
No. Just the Avengers alone is the biggest competition. I mean, the other ones
What
are
would you
going to
guys-
follow, yes. But everybody and their grandmothers are just focused on the Avengers too because look at the
Oh.
story, look at the characters, and look at all the other characters that are going to make a debut.
Guys, what would you say if like they all of a sudden just put out a trailer like for Avengers meets X-Men meets you know, whatever the DC one is?
They're
And then-
never going to do that. They're
Imagine if they just did that. Out
They're
of the blue.
never going to do that because number one, all the companies have to like agree with the rights and a whole bunch of shit. And can you imagine how much money these people are going to ask for just to like do that? So
That's gonna be like a $1 billion like movie.
1
No.
billion, more like $10 billion movie like that.
The highest, like the most amount they're paying for movies is 200 million, around there. I think Avengers 2 is gonna push that in Hollywood to like 300 million.
No, yeah, because you have to. I'm pretty sure. All right, Loki did damage to the city, and I'm pretty sure Ultron is gonna wreck the fucking city. Like Ultron's gonna destroy everything. But here's the thing, we're like just the Avengers 2 has such great depth to it. Like, do you think the Man of Steel 2 is gonna come anywhere close to that in terms of story and action and character development?
I
No.
don't like how they're trying to like play Christopher Nolan's Batman series and give that to Ben Affleck without even like saying that. That's what they're implying.
Okay, so Paul says no in any form or fashion.
Do
So,
you guys want to know a fact about movies and money?
well, we want to know facts about Man of Steel, Danny. Stop switching the subject. But going back to Danny, Sean, and Dave, do you guys think that Man of Steel 2 is going to have a good story, good character development, and good action
That
sequence?
ain't me, man. I didn't even see Man of Steel 1.
Well, then, what the fuck?
Is there even anyone
can't
left
cram-
alive after the first
I
one?
know
Man
they
of Steel
put, like-
1 had a shitty story,
Wait, so-
bad character development, and the action. Yes, the punches were good, but there was no damage, so therefore it is
That's what-
shit.
After that, Alex, it's not just Paul who said that. I mean, like everyone was like, "There's no hype for seeing any damage going to Superman." After all, like they know he's invincible, so it's just like watching action. That's it.
But you're making it seem like the next one, like, all right, what if the next one does have damage, right? And
What-
Superman does get damaged.
Then
Would that
they
ease
have
your
to-
pain, Paul?
I was so happy when Thor was actually bleeding and it looked like his arm got cut off, even though it didn't. But still, they actually showed blood. They know what they're doing. The freaking dude in Man of Steel, Zack Snyder, does not know what the fuck he's doing.
So blame Zack Snyder for this.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Zack Snyder doesn't know shit.
And they made him just sign his name on the piece of paper.
Damn. All right, so what are your thoughts on Flash making the movie? Good thing or bad
Well,
thing?
they can't call it Batman and Superman anymore.
Yeah, what's the point of calling Batman and Superman and the most important character is Flash in the Justice League?
Yeah,
and you're not
Flash,
even gonna put him in the title?
every one of my friends say Flash is the best. All right, he's
He's the most important character there.
All right, so but what are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you think this is going to be portrayed? Like,
Therefore, it is even more shit.
Ouch.
Hey, wait. How do you think they do the Flash running thing? Like, you know how they have to do CGI for Spider-Man when he's flying through the air, Superman when he's doing it too? How do you think they do the Flash while he's
I'm
running?
pretty sure they're gonna do a very good job of it. I mean, how are they
Just
gonna do it?
blur
I
him
don't
out.
know. I mean, none of us are in Hollywood to know. So, but Paul truly sounds like he hates this, like with a passion, just because it's not quote unquote going to be called Man of Steel 2 anymore, because he would rather call it the Justice League prequel. But like, what are your thoughts on that? Like that right there, the Justice League. Like, do you think if they were to go on, in 2017, 18, 19, and actually go on with the Justice League movie, do you think it's going to be good?
Nope.
Wow, why?
Just unlike them, the only movie that they started properly is Batman. Green Lantern was shit.
I
Superman was
agree.
shit.
I agree. Green Lantern was crap.
Wait, are they doing a Martian Manhunter movie?
They should. I mean,
I doubt it.
there's no confirmation, but they fucking should. But then again, that means they're gonna have to do Aquaman.
Exactly. Well, with Marvel, they've started everything off pretty good, and they're going pretty strong.
Well,
So
I really wouldn't say pretty good, because some of the first movies to these weren't that good.
they
But
did
they
good at the
still
box
were the
office.
building. They were the building steps,
Oh yeah,
basically.
they were the building blocks, and they did execute very well after the Avengers. I would give them that, because they learned from their mistakes. But once again, Man of Steel, you saying it has mistakes. What if they learned from their mistakes and they corrected that? Would that still
It's
give you
pretty
some
late in
glimmer
the
of hope?
game to make these mistakes and learn from them when you already had it right with Batman.
But that's a whole nother franchise.
Yeah, but it's the same producer and everything. Christopher Nolan produced.
Well, I
Well,
mean, you
I
wouldn't
think
want to
Christopher
you wouldn't
Nolan's
want to direct the same film for a different character.
Same universe though,
Same universe, correct, but different characters.
but they're not even doing it like that.
Yeah, they are. Batman was not indestructible. He got beat by Joker, Bane, everybody else. Man of Steel, he did not get beat by everybody. I mean, granted, he got the shit kicked out of him, whatever, but he still came back and he pretty much obliterated them. So that right there just says Batman is not indestructible, because he got his ass whooped, even though he did come back after crawling out of a hole and doing some push-ups. And then Superman having to get his ass kicked, but not, manhandled like Batman did.
Superman.
Well, Batman, he had to. I like how Christopher Nolan tried to keep it human. Superman, everyone says that he has to be OP just because he has to fight enemies that no one else can.
But I mean,
So
that Superman is not OP compared to like the God version or the alternative version, because those motherfuckers are truly gods. Like, they can survive like 20 billion supernovas attacks. Like, I remember as a kid, I remember when I saw pre-crisis Superman, like nothing could affect him. Like, you think nothing
And
can
that's
affect him
just
now?
boring.
Like
why can't it just be like?
pre-crisis, if you gather every Naruto character, Dragon Ball Z character, every character from Marvel, DC, and put them up against pre-crisis Superman, pre-crisis would obliterate all of them. That's how
Itachi was
powerful
annoying.
he was.
Hell no.
Listen. You see how the Justice League cartoon, Justice League Unlimited, they got that Superman right. A cartoon got that right.
Oh, okay,
How
it
is it
did.
that they can't do that in a good Hollywood movie?
Well, that can vary, because there are some movies that have the right title but the wrong direction in
You know
filming.
what's the dumbest thing ever? Like cartoon and anime movies that when they're brought into Hollywood, it's like none of those people even watch the show or read the manga.
No, that is
Seriously.
true. That is true. The only
That
reason
is
why they're brought up is because of reputation. But how would you do it?
what?
Man of Steel 2.
I wouldn't do it.
I want to know
And
how you would do this movie.
include Kryptonite. They
Okay,
need
include Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
What else?
Lex
Lex Luthor.
Luthor.
Less
Because
what?
Lex Luthor is truly like one of the
You
best
can't
villains I've seen.
and bring back Christian Bale. If not, to just make everything he did canon. They
No, no,
ruined it so
but
much
I'm
already.
asking you, like, let's say right now they gave you the rights and they say, hey, make the movie. How would you tell the story? How would you tell the character development? And, like, how exactly would Paul do this film? Now I'm going to ask the same thing for everybody else.
I don't know exactly
Well,
how I'd
maybe
do it.
we're
I'm
like,
just saying. Like,
wait, how are
add
they
damage.
even?
Adding damage would be number one.
Okay, adding damage.
Then making the entire universe of the Batman realm canon and including that.
Okay, so how would you reintroduce Batman then?
Then you can see him in the laboratory talking to Alfred, and you got Morgan and Morgan, and then they'll be like, "Look at this! Look at these reports happening over there in Ohio or Kansas, wherever it was." And then he goes and sees Superman. He's like, "What happened?" And everything. He's like, "Yeah, how's it going?"
All right, all right. What about you, Danny?
Um, I would obviously do. I'd say the same as Paul. I want them to bring Christian Bale back, because in my mind he will always be Batman. There will be no one that's just as good as him.
At
Because I've
least
got
bring Alfred.
yeah, bring that. Oh, I gotta say that he doesn't do the best in the last movie when he's just constantly crying. I
That was
can't
the
exactly
best moment ever.
I can't understand what he's saying. He's like,
He's speaking in your language. I understood it.
Ouch.
Damn.
Ooh, shots
Guys, I just
fired.
realized something. If the Batman and Superman movie is supposed to include Flash and Wonder Woman, how are they gonna introduce them basically like they're just there, like they just show up? Or are they gonna give them like the moments like when they get their like when like Flash gets the accident that gave him his superpowers and Wonder Woman coming off the what's it called, the Athena Island?
Yeah, but
Like
that's a big story to tell. Like that means the film itself has to be 3+ hours. I mean, especially
Yeah.
if you're gonna tell a little piece of those characters, they're gonna have to push the limits. And I think as of recent, one of the movies that I watched that really pushed the time limit was King Kong, because that show was like 3+ hours. So
King Kong was that long? Didn't feel
King
Yeah, it
Kong
was.
was 3 hours and
That
like
did not
20
feel
minutes.
like no 3 hour long movie.
I
I
can
felt
tell you
like I
now
sat
because
there and I watched it for weeks.
it is. I have the DVD of it. I'll tell you how
All
long
right,
it
but
is.
Dave, how would you tell the story?
2 hours 35 minutes.
Okay, this is probably about to be bad.
No,
But
that's a lie.
what topic?
Man of Steel 2, how would you tell the story?
Does that involve all the other DC characters?
That involves Batman, Superman, and if you want, you can include Flash and Wonder Woman. How would you tell?
Okay, I would do what Paul said, but also like when Batman meets Superman and whatnot, I would somehow find a way to have Flash come into that play area too.
And do what?
Like Flash would be probably backing up Batman against Superman or some shit like that to get them to team up for once.
Hmm.
Yeah, Alex, it's 2
Because
hours.
I have a
59
feeling
minutes.
like Superman's just gonna be like that one guy saying he can do it all, doesn't need no help or nothing.
Okay. What about Sean?
For like how you go about doing the movie.
How would you go about introducing the characters and doing the story and all that?
I think I would actually like show like a picture of Superman or like maybe even Flash working at like a Wayne like tech like place, and then somehow the accident happens and that gives him his Flash abilities, and then maybe like that's how Bruce Wayne like meets Flash. He starts like
Eh.
training him.
Okay, but it seems like everybody forgot about Wonder Woman for this. Everybody
Well,
keeps talking about.
I don't know
Nobody
how
loves Wonder Woman.
because
Yeah,
Wonder
nobody
Woman
loves.
just show up
she's
and look hot. That's it.
yeah, that's it. I mean, like,
That's
how
all
is she
she
supposed
is.
to end up in the series? I mean, like, they are supposed to be hidden, aren't they? Their island.
Yeah.
So how are they supposed to show up? It can't be explained just so easily.
Well,
They
can't
need to
can't can't Wonder Woman just come off Ralph's island?
Rolf?
Rolf.
Yeah, Mr. Vern. He
Hello,
probably
everybody.
he probably died
Oh
on
my
the.
god.
He didn't respond because he was waiting to see which one would say it was Vern.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, I agree with Paul in a sense. Like Batman's in his little cave and he's just talking to everybody, and then the reports come in. But there has to be altercation because I mean, we already saw the first footage of the two football teams going at it, Gotham and Metropolis. So maybe let's say Batman encounters Superman. Batman pretty much blames Superman for destroying everything, and Superman tells a different side of the story. Like, listen, man, it wasn't me, it was Zod, blah blah. Blah. So there's tension because Batman
That's
believes
pretty correct. Yeah.
That's a lie.
like
Batman
like
should
like
be like,
like
you're
Batman.
a fucking stupid superhero. You killed
No, yeah,
175
yeah.
hundred thousand
That's the
people.
thing. It's like a big misunderstanding at first because Batman thinks it was Superman's responsibility, and Superman says no, it was Zod. So being that Batman doesn't believe him, he fights Superman and whatever. Like carry the story on. Batman beats Superman. Superman beats Batman. Whatever. Then you can introduce Flash in a sense because let's say Flash is just watching them fight from a distance. He's like, wow, like little do they know I have an ability similar to them. That he can run fast or something like that, and that's how they can introduce Flash in a sense. Don't base the movie around Flash because it's not Flash's movie or Wonder Woman, but
But Flash is the main Justice League character. He's the
yeah,
only
but
reason that they're
it's
all
not his
sane.
movie unless of course they do a Flash movie that have Superman Batman cameo.
Flash is best all the time. That's it.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you introduce Flash when it's not his movie? I mean, all right, introduce him, have a cameo, have some scenes, but don't make him put on the suit, run around, and beat people up. It's not your film, dude. Get away. Same thing goes for Wonder Woman. It's not your movie. Do your cameo, do your appearances, do some stuff, but don't fucking
I bet nobody's
don't
gonna call her
pull the
Wonder Woman.
shield out and we'll start whooping ass. It's like
Everybody's
it's
gonna be like,
not,
look, it's the chick from Fast Five.
it's
Maybe-
so. But do you think Man of Steel 2 is gonna be better than the first one?
Probably.
I think it just might be on par.
Really? So really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because if they fuck up in any way, shape, or form, it's gonna show.
Well, Sean, me and you're gonna go along. We ain't going with Paul.
But then I still have to come back here, and he's gonna try to convert me again.
Convert you again. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Alex, tell him what happened.
Well, we all went to go see the movie. By the end of the movie, we were all clapping. We loved the film. Everything was
Like
pretty good.
penguins.
And then we look on over. This kid has his arms crossed. He's just sitting there like.
He's over there pouting?
So everybody gets in the car. Sean is talking about the film like crazy. He's like, "Oh, it was so good. The fighting scenes were awesome. This was awesome. This was awesome." The next day, right? Something happened to this kid. Like Paul must have like walked in his room, strapped him down, and like just whipped him until he just said no. So
Or they put that helmet on me and just kept like showing me.
So then I asked Sean again, dude, what was your favorite, like what was your favorite scenes again? He was like, I think the movie sucks. I was like, whoa, what? And then laughing in the background, you hear this little troglodyte just cracking his whip. He's cracking his whip in the background. I swear to God, like I felt like as I was talking to Sean, Paul was standing behind him, ready to crack him in the head in case Sean would read it. So
you see
Sean
reading it off like a little card. Like
Paul pulled a bobbity.
Oh shit!
Exactly what he did. He
Papa.
pulled a bobbity. The moment he got home, I bet Sean put his shit down. Like, Paul, that was such a great film, right? And Paul was like,
Be right back, guys.
Imagine Sean.
Sit down, brother.
I have to go too. I have to go to Staples.
Wait, who's going to Staples?
I have to, Sean.
Wait, when?
Not right now.
You going to Staples?
Yeah.
For what? To get another fucking belt to get cracked on by Paul?
Well, yeah, it's just true, but still, no, I have to go print out something. I take my SATs tomorrow.
Oh no. Well, try to flash your ass over there and come back.
I know. I do that a lot.
So Paul says on par. That's
okay. Well, I'll be right back, guys. Okay.
very interesting to see how Paul can say it's going to be on par. I don't understand how that's possible.
If they mess up, everybody's gonna hate it. If nobody likes Ben Affleck's acting, it's gonna be even worse.
Oh my God! So you're not even going to give him a chance?
I'm gonna give him a chance, but if it's bad, then what am I supposed to do?
And what's bad to you?
He's gonna be the one to determine that.
But I want to know the difference between Ben Affleck's acting and Christian Bale.
So you're telling me that they're the same?
I'm not saying they're the same. But I'm saying what is the level of just stupidity that you would
like you know how we say for some roles in movies it can be played by anyone in Hollywood?
Yeah, correct.
This will prove if that's true or not in some cases. Like anybody can play Robert Downey Jr.
Like who? Like who? Who can play Iron Man?
Johnny Depp.
Oh no! Don't bring that up. He can't act for shit.
Oh.
Johnny Depp can act.
No, I'm just saying that to piss off Sean. I'm just saying that to piss off Sean more than anything.
Well, he's not here.
I want to talk shit. Yeah, I want to talk shit behind his back while he's not here. Pretty much.
Well.
So you think Johnny Depp's acting is shit?
No. Johnny Depp can act.
No, he's alright, I suppose.
Robert Downey Jr.
Would he play as good of a role as Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man?
He has more potential.
No. He's more of a wacky character, I suppose. He does.
But if it depends. If you only watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, he has other movies.
Like Alice in Wonderland, he plays like the wacky character in most films, and like the.
What about that movie, Public Enemies or Public something?
I know, but there's like Lone Ranger. He seemed like a bit of a wacky character to me.
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay. Aside from Johnny Depp, who else?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
As Iron Man?
Yeah, he can do it.
Really?
Man, anybody.
Two Guns was an amazing film. He was such a good actor in that.
So was Pain and Gain, but Paul thinks.
Oh, I tell you who. Who was the guy? Aaron Paul. That's it.
What the hell was that noise? Is Sean watching like freaking Foster's Home?
I'm saying Aaron
Kids. He's a foster child. That's why. No, but
Aaron Paul. That's it.
That's very interesting to hear that Man of Steel 2 is going to be on par with the first one, according to Paul. But Dave can't really speak because he hasn't seen any. Dave doesn't watch movies, and Danny, I don't understand how Danny's from Britain and he doesn't watch movies either. But
I do. I watch so many movies.
You never saw Fast 6. You never saw 28 Days Later. You never saw 28 Weeks Later. You shouldn't talk.
Alex, what would you think of as Aaron Paul as like Superman or Batman?
Oh God.
Aaron Paul's an amazing actor.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Imagine in the next 4 movie, they're in the desert, right? And then all of a sudden you just see the van from Breaking Bad.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. Like, all these actors are going to be replaced. You do know that, right? Like, let's say that they decide to do 10 Iron Man movies, and Robert Downey Jr. only agrees to, like, 4 or 5. Like, you got to understand, like, Christian Bale, he's been replaced. I'm pretty sure Iron Man was almost replaced, but they gave him more money. So, like, would all these other actors, benefit the
See, I
role of
don't
those
know
characters?
why. Why do they request money when they have such a great role? They're just like, oh, like after a while, you just feel great about being that character. Like obviously, like say like the people who played Doctor Who over
I
here in
got a
Britain,
couple of reasons for that.
they
It's
could feel
all
like, oh
about
look, I'm
money.
Doctor Who. I'm this great icon. I'm like this great person that
All
everyone looks
right,
up.
all right. I want to hear
Why would
Paul's
they
take.
request money to be like, hey, look, I'm this icon?
All
Like,
right,
well,
I want to hear
like,
Paul's take on this.
there's a couple of reasons for that. Like sometimes it might not even be them; it could be their managers.
Why is that?
Like their managers are the ones that do all the work for them. Like when it comes to booking them and stuff. So the manager might be pushing for more money because more money coming to the actor means they get a better percentage.
Would you
Oh,
not do the
screw the
same thing?
managers.
So what are
Huh?
we on now?
And that manager is the one that does all the legal work and everything, don't they? So, like Robert Downey Jr. might not even be able to like know how to do any of the legal work and stuff like that, signing the contract. So that's one theory. Or another is they have so much money. Why? It's like you have to pay me to go make more money. It's like why do I need to go get more money? I have a Bugatti Veyron. I have like a mansion. Get the why?
Yeah, but
Exactly.
sometimes in this society, if you have a couple of $1,000,000, that doesn't mean shit. Like there
What?
was this one billionaire. I forgot his name. Well, a few of them. Warren Buffett's definitely one of them. Warren Buffett. And there was one from Mexico. They pretty much, from their own words, they said that if you have about $100 million in your bank account, to them, that's just like crumb money. That's not even considered money to these people. That's how rich they are.
Yeah, but
So
wow. It depends on what type of person you are. I mean, look at 50 Cent. He made more money investing than he ever did rapping. So it's like, why do I need to go
wait,
act?
but is that really true?
He made 500 mil off of vitamin water.
Off of
What?
water.
Vitamin
What the
water?
hell?
What's vitamin water? What's the
Really?
difference
Water
between that
that
and normal
Danny.
water?
back when it first came
Danny,
out.
really?
You have water, you have still water,
Can
you
I
have
kill
sparkling
him?
water.
Yes.
What's vitamin water?
You don't know what vitamin water is.
No.
Why do we use him?
Can I kill him?
You don't
Wait,
use
wait.
me.
So hold on. Let me get this straight. You never saw Fast Six. You never saw 28
No.
Days Later or 28 Weeks.
Never
No.
had vitamin
You
water.
don't know what vitamin water is. May I
No.
ask you, do you share a rock with Patrick?
No, but I gotta say, I was offered to watch Fast Six many times by my dad, and I just said no because I don't like cars that much.
But it's not about the cars, it's about the
What the-
family.
Well, I mean, he
The
is
family.
British, guys.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Especially if I ain't seen the past five, then what's the point? I won't understand a single bit of it, will I?
It's still
What the
badass as hell.
All I know is that Vin Diesel is in a car and he drives really fast and there's guns involved and stuff. And I'm
Well,
pretty
that's
sure
just
there was like some police shit and maybe driving on a window or
Wow,
something
that's
like
Danny's take on Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel is driving really fast with guns and police.
the only problem I have with Fast Six was that one moment where Vin Diesel goes flying out of his car over a bridge to catch the woman. That was
Did-
the stupidest thing I've
No,
ever
that
seen.
no,
But
that was cool, but it looks
It's
so
cool.
unrealistic.
Yeah, I was like,
Cause
okay,
I bet if one of us did that, we would go over the fucking like target. We'd probably like hit our head on the end of the bridge and probably get smashed by a car or something. Like it would be terrible.
did you guys see the Disney movie that Vin Diesel did? The Pacifier.
Oh my god, that is so old. I remember I saw that shit. It was
I
just
Do you
like
remember
think
when
that
I
was actually a
saw
pretty
the
good
first.
movie for like a Disney movie at
It was a good
first?
movie.
I remember it came out around Christmas time, so something like that, a long time ago. But speaking of Christmas, I want to get everybody's take on Christmas itself. Is it just me, or does Christmas not feel the same anymore compared to a kid?
Yeah, no, even a kid, mine's just
It's not
boring.
cold.
I always get my presents quite early. To be honest, like we just sort of get it like a week or so early, just because we don't really
Well,
care.
I
To
mean,
be
that's
My
because you
kids,
live next to Santa Claus.
honest.
it's like I, I don't really even get the like back in the day when gifts used to be wrapped. Like remember they used to be wrapped in the gift wrapping and everything. Now they're just basically tossed at you or you buy it yourself.
No, or they do the worst thing possible. If you ask for something instead of just getting that item, they just give you money. Hey, go get it yourself.
Well, in some
Alex,
cases I prefer money, but I remember being a kid where I didn't ask for anything and I got everything I wanted.
No, but here's the thing. It's not just about presents I'm talking about here. It's the atmosphere. Like, do you remember back in
And
the
yeah,
90s? Back in the 90s, like
guess what?
all the great
Santa's
TV
not
shows,
real.
like sitting in front of your TV watching all these great TV shows, like, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Full House, X-Men, Spider-Man, Godzilla, Power Rangers, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these great things, you know. And then just on top of that, like, you had such a great, you know, nostalgic atmosphere with commercials were so good, movie trailers were good, like everything was so good. Whereas opposed to now, it's like I feel like now we all are the common, you know, or modern day
more and more
stand
people
because
are
we
finding
think
out.
everything is shit. It's like how many people put their trees up still? You know what I mean?
I do.
It depends. Well, I
But
think
then
more
you
and more
have them growing
children.
outside your house. And you
Well, I
chop
mean,
them down.
I put my
I
tree
don't
up
have them
too.
growing outside my house.
But that's the thing, like I put my tree up too, but it just doesn't have any more meaning like when it did as a kid. Like when you're a kid, the sole purpose of you putting up a tree was because you thought that there was gonna be a big fat white guy with a white beard that's gonna give you presents.
Yeah,
Like I remember putting the star on top and putting the stockings. And
I remember one time when I was a kid, I was so derped by that story that I sat there and I put milk and cookies on my fucking kitchen table, and the next morning it was all gone. And do you know what I found out years later? My fucking mom ate it all and she lied to me. She's like, yeah.
I thought you was about to say you
She
poured
was
it
like,
on
yeah,
yourself.
Santa Claus was here, yeah. I was so happy because, like, I was just like, oh my God, he was here, but wait a minute, I don't have a chimney, so how'd he come in, Mom? My mom was like, oh, he just came in through the door, and I was like, I was so happy, but then years on later, when I found out that she ate everything, I was like, you fucking bitch.
How did you find out? All right, how did you guys find
Because
out,
one time,
Alex?
I kept asking her, I was like, did Santa really eat all that? She was like, no, it was me. I was like,
Is that how you found out, Alex?
I took all my anger out on Metal Gear Solid 3.
All right, Alex, how did you find out about
Find out what,
something not
Danny?
being real? That
Metal.
Santa wasn't real.
My freaking mom told me. I heard it from everybody, and I was like, oh, well, if he's not real, he's not real. Fuck it.
What about you, Sean?
Sean's not here. He went to Staples, you moron.
Paul then. Paul then.
He went to Staples.
Paul doesn't believe in Santa Claus. He believes in Osama bin Laden.
What the fuck?
What
We
about
do
you?
believe in Santa Claus. Like when I was like probably 7 years old, I was walking out of my room and I just caught my mom putting all the presents underneath the tree, and I was like,
Oh, I did the same thing one time. But
Dave,
I don't know about your mom. My mom said, "You get the fuck back in your room." I said, "Okay, mom."
Dave, what about you?
Who the hell's supposed to be Santa Claus?
What? I don't know.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I found out from common sense. I was just like, there ain't no fat guy that comes in my house. I think that'd be a bit of a sexual predator thing to do if he came in my house. It'd be a bit worrying, wouldn't it? If
Well, I
like
mean,
a big fat chub guy came in your house and your children in the house. I'm surprised he ain't caused any like rapings or anything.
in today's day and age, I'm pretty sure if a big fat white guy with a beard and presents walked in somebody's house, they probably
my
get
name is
shot up.
Alex.
Probably get shot
Hell
up.
yeah.
Ho ho ho.
Have you not seen? I saw my mummy kissing Santa Claus, where he sets up all the traps.
It's a terrorist.
I remember I caught my mom putting presents. She gave me like the dirtiest look. She said, "You get the fuck back in your room." I'm sorry. I can imagine Paul's mom, because Paul's mom is funny. I can imagine she turned around, she sees like a little derp fucking starving Marvin just standing there watching all the presents.
Okay, so what was the best gift you guys ever got for Christmas?
Ah, shit.
Love.
I can
Yes,
take the
too.
worst.
Love.
PlayStation 2?
I mean, for me, I'll never forget this for as long as I live, and I'm only gonna keep this brief. I asked at the time that's when they were selling these things. I asked for 3 simple toys, right? They weren't cheap. They're about $15. I asked for 3 Dragon Ball Z toys, like the authentic Funimation toys that they sold. And I'll never forget the characters. It was Super Saiyan 3 Goku, it was Vegito, and Super Buu. I'll never forget telling my mom, and Paul knows how my mom is. So I asked her, can I get Dragon Ball Z toys for Christmas? She goes, yeah. So Christmas time comes, I see a package, and I'm like, oh God, I'm just so desperate to open it, but it was like Christmas Eve, so my mom's like, no. So the next day I woke up, I go in, I grab the gifts, and I go back to my room. Being that I'm so excited because I'm just sitting there like, all right, this is awesome. I open up the presents, right? And they were the most bootleg, bougiest fucking DBZ toys. Their arms didn't move. Their legs didn't move. They looked like they were drawn on by paint and crayons. The moment I opened it, Piccolo's head came off. I remember I walked in the kitchen, and my mom was like, well, fuck you, we don't have $40 to spend. I walked in with Piccolo's head missing, and she was like, well, fuck you, I didn't have $40 to spend on no DBZ toys. I remember I walked in my room and I cried for Christmas on that day. I cried because I wanted. And it was all right, Paul. Do you know that pizza store around the corner from my house? There's a little store right there that sells them. And I will never forget. I went window shopping, and I'm staring a hole into the Goku action figure, and then here in my hand, I'm holding this cheap, like crayon created, like plastic bullshit. The hands didn't move, like they didn't even have eyes. I was just like, this is horrible. Worst Christmas ever. I told my mom Dragon Ball Z toys, so she must have went to the most stingiest black market and said, "You have any Dragon Ball Z toys? Oh, here you go. Here's a 12-piece collection for like $6, where they're all fake."
It's made out of dead fetuses.
Vegeta had Goku's hair. Vegeta had Goku's hair with Vegeta armor on. I was like, this is not real. I wish I still had those toys. I would fucking frame it on my wall.
And what was Piccolo dressed like Dr. Gero?
No, Piccolo's head just came right off. Like, it broke. I was like, I just opened the box. Everything just went to shambles.
Oh man.
I mean, that's the worst. I think the best one was like Xbox 360 for Christmas. That was pretty cool.
Where was the worst place you've ever put a bit of Lego?
Lego.
Yeah.
Legos.
Fuck.
Why
Wait,
would you
hold
call
on.
them
I
Legos?
want to get Paul's take on best and worst presents.
All right, so I think the best Christmas present, like as weird as this may be, the most memorable for me, because I got like Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, PS3, and everything for Christmas later on. But the best, absolute best present I ever got was my PlayStation 1 memory card.
Really? Well, I mean,
yeah.
that's like every kid's dream, right?
Because when I had my PlayStation 1, I had all these games. I never had a memory card. I would have to play and leave it on. And that same Christmas, I got a whole bunch of games like Tarzan and all this stuff. So that was probably the Christmas where I got everything. But a memory card, that was back in the day. You don't have that problem now because it's included in the system. But a memory card was the shit.
I remember you used to sit there and replay the same game over and over again for days.
Yep.
All right, so what was the worst gift?
A potato.
What the hell?
I don't really necessarily have any bad. I mean, last year I didn't get shit, but that's because that's how it is now. So I guess that would be it. I don't know.
Okay, what about Dave?
Best Christmas would probably be the Christmas that I got a bow and arrow and a BB.
What?
Wow, are you gonna go hunt your first deer?
Fuck off.
Skyrim style.
Okay, so when you got your bow and arrow, all right. So what was the worst Christmas?
Really don't know.
You know what's the worst?
Never had one.
This ever happened to you guys? Like the night before Christmas, you cannot like every other day you can sleep
cannot
perfectly.
sleep.
Yes, you can't
You
sleep.
cannot
Anticipation. I think I can speak for one of my friends because last year I got him something. I got Justin something for Christmas, and I think it was the worst thing in the world. I got him a big box, right? And for Christmas, when I gave it to him, I said it's something's very important inside. And I remember like when he opened up the box was empty with a little letter at the bottom saying "F off." I'll never forget. I got him this big ass box, and I told him that I got him like some really good stuff. And I told him I got him a console, right? But I told him you can't lift the box up, you can't touch it until Christmas. And he was like, "Okay, best friend." So I remember like on the day of Christmas, I called him. I was like, "Yo, are you awake?" He goes, "Yeah, I just woke up." I said, "Yo, go open up your presents right now." He was like, "Okay." So he went, and I'm listening to him as he's unpacking everything. So he opens up the box, and it's just empty, and it has a letter at the bottom saying "fuck you." And I remember he just laughed so much, but he also like cursed me. He's like, "You fucking shame." But I remember for that. But what about you, Danny? Best and worst Christmas?
The best one was when I got a cardboard box. No, I'm kidding. I mean, most of the time when I was younger, I just got Lego, and I mean, most of the time I got it early, and I'd finished it like within an hour, and that'd be it for the whole Christmas. And then, but I think the best one was probably when I got my Xbox and I got MW2 because I remember playing that in the front room and then just whizzing through it. I absolutely loved it. And then, but worst has probably got to be I'm going to probably say this year or the time I got my Wii, because when I got my Wii, I was opening up all my presents. So usually I get one big present and then a couple small things. But I got because I got this like 200 quid or whatever it is, £100 Lego set. I was like, oh, okay, that's my big present. So then I opened up this little one.
What he's saying.
And it's a Wii remote, and I was just like, "You bought me a Wii remote, you didn't buy me a Wii. What's the point?"
Oh shit!
There was like, "Oh, you opened up the wrong one first," and then turned out they got me a Wii, so I was annoyed at that because
I would have been so pissed. Like, you get me a Wii remote, but no Wii? Well, you fucker! All right, hold on. What about you, Vern? Best and worst Christmas, Ralph?
Christmas? What's that?
What's Christmas in the Netherlands? Vern?
Hanukkah.
Yeah, Vern probably just
Paper and a piece of stick.
Vern said it's snowing, so he's crowded outside. Yeah.
A stone.
He got a stick for Christmas.
Go, Vern, go. Push.
He got a stick for Christmas. Bye.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Christmas doesn't feel the same. The TV shows are shit. The fucking there are no presents, like real presents. It's like I can take my iPhone and scan through the box and see what's inside or some shit like that.
And it's not even like there's no Christmas spirit.
Yeah, and everybody thinks that it's about presents when it's not really
That's
about.
because you guys in the north.
Well, screw Jesus. I don't care about Jesus.
But in the South, it's got to be worse. There's no snow. It's supposed to be a warm time where it's like.
Hey, it's like Christmas time for Dave is like a bunch of sand.
Down here. It's
yeah,
warm
about
that's the problem. There's no snow down there.
I would rather be warm than cold.
On Christmas?
Really?
I would love to have a blizzard on Christmas.
I mean,
but that
hell yeah, like one of those 2010 like fucking apocalyptic blizzards and shit where you can't even go outside your house type shit, you know?
You can some marshmallows.
Like you can legitimately jump out your window and land in snow and won't die.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that, but I mean that's never gonna happen.
Well, it happened here in like 3 years ago, and it was just. You remember that, Paul?
I know. Well, there's been some pretty bad snowstorms.
So basically, that's.
I think the last time that we've ever had like really good snow was probably like 2001, 2002.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Danny.
Was it basically like that then?
Well, for us it was on 2010. I mean, that freaking snowstorm was huge.
Yeah, okay, that's when it was filmed.
But speaking of that, going back to what I said earlier about it being like freaking 60 degrees in December, that's kind of like weird because I mean, Dave is used to it because he's used to having cactuses grow in December. But
What?
I mean, you're from the South, right? So I'm sure like instead of having Christmas trees, he puts like he puts decorations in a Christmas star and a cactus.
Wow.
In Texas or Nevada or whatever.
He has a pet camel. Okay?
He has a fucking camel as
Steven
the camel. No, I mean, but a lot of kids this year for Christmas, they're going to be looking forward to a lot of stuff, especially the new consoles, which actually brings me back to my next topic, consoles. So, being that I have both, and a lot of you guys have seen a lot of footage, and Paul was actually one of the first people to actually see what the PS4 is like, and I was actually showing him some stuff, on NBA on my Twitch account, Alex Animal 7, and he saw me busting Miami Heat's ass with the Knicks, right, Paul? Yeah. So anyways,
actually, I saw something like the opposite of that, but okay.
No. So he saw how chaotic it can be, especially for like games like Battlefield. So for the console wars, right? What do you expect to see like in long terms, like in terms of updates, games, and just overall, entertainment, like for both gamers and casual fans?
Here it's gonna go like this. The Xbox is gonna get run down.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you, this is how it went before with the Xbox 360. It had a ton of games. It had way more than the PlayStation 3 when it first came out. The PlayStation 3 didn't have no games, and I can admit to this because the only game I ever had was Ratchet and Clank for like 2 years until Uncharted and all this stuff started rolling out, and then I started getting those. But for 2 years there was like no games. That's what made Alex trade over his console and everything to become an Xbox guy. But the Xbox, after a couple of years, has basically no games. There are no games besides Gears of War and Halo.
I would have to agree because that's the weird part. It's like the beginning, Xbox has a lot, PS3 does not. PS3 rolls around years later, PS3 has a lot, Xbox does not. And Microsoft even admitted, they're like, oh, we kind of fucked up on that. So for these consoles, right, I'm pretty sure both companies learned from their mistakes. So in terms of exclusives, now we know what the PS3 is going to offer, but we really don't know too much about the Xbox One because
I think the Xbox has given everything out right there at launch, besides Halo.
But Halo's not even a launch game.
But it's been announced, so like that's the thing. What do they have planned in the future? There's just Halo and Gears. There's nothing. They can't really create.
They have Left 4 Dead 3 planned. They have Gears and Halo. They have Forza. They have Fable. They have
Fable, yeah.
They have another Forza. They have a few. Just like PS3 has Uncharted and God of War.
PlayStation has it like 3 times the amount.
Fable Legends.
No, I mean that is true. I'm not saying that they don't, But what I'm saying is Microsoft is going to improve on their exclusive games. They're not going to.
But that's not exclusive. Left 4 Dead's for PC, and it might be coming to PlayStation as well.
Well, some things can be said about the PlayStation as well, like in Metal Gear.
What about it?
It transitioned over to the Xbox.
But that Metal Gear 5 or 4 was only PlayStation.
It was, but
majority of the Xbox games are still available on PC.
No, but same thing. Metal Gear can be afforded and bought on the PC as well. I've seen people that were actually doing tutorials.
Not 4.
Huh?
Not 4.
Well, I'm pretty sure 4 will be on there sometime, but
it can't.
Why can't it?
They don't. They can't. They haven't even made a PlayStation 3 emulator.
Well,
and it's the PlayStation 4 era. That's the thing. PlayStation had games you'll never find anywhere else. Well, I can emulate the Wii games. Xbox, you can pirate the games. And
speaking of Wii, where do you see those? Where do you see Nintendo? Because Nintendo,
they gotta stop the production of that console right away.
Really?
In one day, Sony sold 4 times what they sold in a year, or something like that.
For Nintendo?
Yeah.
But why is that? Why do you feel that way? Like why do you think Nintendo's behind both consoles?
$300 for a Wii U, or you can buy a PlayStation 4 for $400 with better games and everything. And
better so what do you think Nintendo needs to do?
Make some better games.
Only games.
Make a better console.
Not a console, just a game.
It's not exactly.
Console.
The Wii is still a good console. I just say that it needs better games.
Yeah.
No, shitty rock.
Yeah, it's shit.
It's shit, Paul.
Shitty rock.
Zelda's a good franchise. Monster Hunter's a good franchise.
Yeah,
Mario's still.
We're not talking about games. We're talking about the console. The console's shit.
The console's shit.
The console is shit.
How is it shit?
The console's shit.
It's shit.
I think it's just.
I would rather play the Xbox 360 or Xbox One with a Kinect than use the Wii.
The Wii is shit. The Wii games are
good.
The Wii is shit.
How is it shit?
It's shit. It's nothing compared to the GameCube. It's nothing compared to PS3 and Xbox. The Wii
shit.
is shit. The Wii has great fucking games. Super Smash Brothers, Mario, Monster
but the Wii U has
Zelda.
better. But hardware wise, it's better than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox. It's just
what?
No.
What the
it's
hell
more
is
superior.
that?
What are you talking about?
There's no way.
It is.
Lies.
Like the Wii U. I'm talking about Wii U.
Oh well, the Wii U. We're talking about just the Wii. The Wii.
Oh, then the Wii. It blew everything out of the water. It sold over 122 million.
At first.
Mario.
At first, and then that thing got.
Because it was something new.
That was new. Yes.
Exactly. But then later down the road, what started happening there, Paul?
But what's the point down the road when it already sold 122 million, 50 million more than both the Xbox and PlayStation where they're standing at right now?
Well, because the Wii is not really a gamer console. It's meant for like everybody, like families and stuff. Like it's meant for like fat people to work out and like just casual gamers to get on and play freaking Mario. Like
I defend the Wii because it still has some hardcore games such as
It
Smash.
does have hardcore, and in terms of games, I defend it as well. But in terms of a console, it's shit.
I would rather have the GameCube back.
Yes. Hashtag bring back the GameCube. And
I still don't understand how the GameCube isn't viewed as a successful console.
I love a successful console. I loved having it.
It's not viewed as that because the PlayStation 2 is the best console of all time, and guess what was released alongside that?
We're not comparing the Xbox and the PS2. We're just talking about the GameCube being better than the Wii.
Exactly. The GameCube. I would rather have it.
In terms of success, no.
No, in terms of success, no. But in terms of overall quality and just performance,
and the Wii is a GameCube.
No, it's not. It's a fucking Wii.
It's a rectangle.
It's 100% backwards compatible with the GameCube games. I still play.
Wii is shit.
If Ralph says it's shit, it's shit.
Ralph.
I mean, just all right. The Wii U is good and all. Like, I want to play that zombie game and I want to play Monster Hunter. Especially you kept talking about Monster Hunters over and over again. I was like, all right, well, maybe this game's worth it. And I saw stuff on it. It was pretty good, but. Like, do you think they should make like a Wii 2 or something along the lines? Like, where do you see them as?
I think they fucked themselves over for like the next couple of years because it's either they make a new console but they're so late that they're not gonna sell anything, or they're gonna stick with this and they're so late they're not gonna sell anything.
So you're saying
version of the GameCube.
What was that?
So I think they need to make a newer version of the GameCube. Like honestly.
Well, they're never gonna bring the GameCube back. That's a fact.
I know, but they need to.
But
doesn't really make sense.
Bring back GameCube.
All right, but let's say they do make another Wii console or something like that. Like, how would they go about? Like, what would they do to make it better? Like, you know,
they fucked up at all angles. I don't know how they could. PlayStation has done everything 100% correct.
All right, PlayStation fanboy.
But this for this era they have Xbox. You can't say they have when they try to enslave everybody, and it's $100 more.
Well, it's $100 more because of the freaking Connect.
Exactly. So they're already fucking themselves over.
Paul,
But
you're wrong.
what?
There's one thing they didn't do right.
Ooh.
What?
HTTP 8, whatever the thing is, coding thing. Like Xbox made it so it only comes on during the.
But they're gonna
when you're
unpatch
watching
that
it.
soon.
They've been saying that for weeks
fine,
now, and
fair
I'm
enough.
still waiting.
That's the thing. Why does
I
everybody
want the
that looks at
world
the
to
Xbox,
see.
the
I
X-
want the world to see my awesome NBA skills.
Yeah, right.
the
Oh,
Xbox
fuck
is
you. None
only
of you
good in the
guys-
short
none
term.
of you saw me play NBA.
Yeah, dude, you suck at that game, dude.
I will smash you in NBA.
Shots fired.
Only time I've seen you actually play that game is on easy.
Yes, thank you, Dave. Yes.
That is not true. Pro is not easy.
That's
Rookie
what
is
I
easy.
said. Yo, and I caught him in the act. He was playing on easy, acting like he was tough. Losing by 2
You
points
made me
to
play a
Miami.
Hall of Fame and I was still dunking on LeBron. I don't want to hear it. Shut up, Ralph. You're not even gonna get a glimmer of PS4 anytime soon.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
I
He's
want
gonna have
to.
it.
I'll hire somebody to crush your PS4 right in front of you.
Never.
That would
You're gonna
suck.
be
He
playing with
gets it,
sticks on Christmas.
unboxed it, and then somebody just hits it with a sledgehammer.
Imagine, like that guy did. Who saw that video where that guy smashed his PS4 in front of everybody?
The parking lot.
Yeah, like he just fucking went ape shit. He was like, "I hate you."
I saw stupid shit like that. I was like,
I hate
really? You could have given it away to someone that actually needs it or wants it.
Did you
or
see that
deserves
one
it.
guy who took one of the spec
Ah.
parts?
Is what?
Like one of the guys took like one of the spec parts from the fucking broken console.
I think they picked up the controller, not the spec parts.
No, well he took something. And I
I
was
think
just
he
like,
took the controller.
shit.
But I saw somebody take their car right after they smashed it, run it over. I was like, ah.
Did y'all hear about that lady killing people over one of the new consoles?
Really?
She killed three
Yeah.
people. She killed 3 people.
She killed 3 or 4 people
And then
over
she said she'd do it
Xbox,
again?
I think, for her son, and she
Yeah,
said
yeah, an
she'd do it
Xbox One.
again.
Wait, she killed 3 people, 4 people over an Xbox One?
Yeah, and she said she'd do it again.
Is
Like,
she in
front
jail?
of the camera
Yeah, she's in
and
jail.
everything. She was like, I would do that again.
Wow.
I was like, really?
Wow.
My kid deserves a Christmas present. Nah, oh wow. Well,
all right, so back to the consoles. All right, so what games do you see later on down the road that something that you've always wanted to see for both consoles? Like, for example, Paul has been wanting and begging God in heaven to see another Jack game, when in reality they're releasing Uncharted 4 and
what
Fallout
games do you
and
guys think are gonna be the best games on the consoles, or name the top lineup for you
Fable
what,
Legends.
for next year or like in the future?
in the future, like in general?
Well, you can't really say because you don't know what both companies have lined up.
But like
Fable
what
Legends.
if like whatever's in reasonable
Come on, Paul, spit it out.
in a reasonable possible lineup for it, like something that could come out. It doesn't come out of nowhere, but it can happen.
Fable Legends.
Well, I mean, all right.
Fable
So
Legends,
Vern
okay.
says Fable Legends. They can always bring back perhaps maybe Crash or Banjo and Kazooie or
Banjo Kazooie, they have the freaking rights to it, but they're not doing shit with that.
so that could be one possibility. Banjo Kazooie
They
maybe.
can't bring back Crash. Crash is Activision.
Crash Bandicoot.
What else? What else? They could try. Well, I mean, you're talking future, and that's the thing. We don't know what they got planned for, like Titanfall 2 or maybe Last of Us 3 or whatever the case may be. You don't know. So,
Jak and Daxter 4, Infamous Second Son, God of War 4, Uncharted 4.
oh yeah, no, but that's all next year stuff. You're talking like 2014, 15, 16 later on down the road. Like,
I can't wait to see the next God of War.
oh, that's gonna. I am personally gonna die for that game because I want to see them introduce Deimos back in the picture.
Deimos. Hey ho.
But then again, it's like, what gods are they gonna fight? I mean, I understand that they haven't gone through every single god, but still, it's like I want to see what they're gonna do. Like, what culture are they gonna follow up with?
Imagine he has to undo everything he did.
Really?
Because I mean, he fucked everything over in the last one. Like, there's nothing. There is nothing except for Athena.
Or maybe there won't be a God of War 4.
Then
Maybe there will.
There was a teaser in God of War Ascension.
Yeah, there was, but you never know. I mean, like if they do it, it's like, how would they go about?
But even more proof of there might be one. The director of God of War 3 just came back to the franchise.
Okay, but what about Zeus? Like, he pretty much vanquished Zeus. There's nothing left. Who's he gonna go after?
Athena.
Percy Jackson.
Athena.
Did you really just say Percy Jackson?
Percy
For Young
Jackson.
Money.
Percy
Them films are
Jackson.
amazing. I love them
Kratos
films.
going after Percy Jackson.
I
No,
love them
after Young
films.
Money. I swear.
Can you imagine Lil Wayne was in the game? Young Money, Kratos, Young Money. Young Money.
He should have been the guy that they ripped the head off the
Except
helos.
Oh, Medusa? Lil Wayne's Medusa?
Killer.
Young,
Young
young
baby.
Can you imagine Lil Wayne's Medusa? Just
Nelson Mandela.
no, I mean,
Oh, did you
I
guys hear
completely
about
agree.
Nelson
Like
Mandela?
some of the games that I'm looking forward to is definitely God of War 4. I will since Paul won't shut his mouth on it, Infamous. So that
Infamous 2, they just announced it's gonna have the karma system, so you can be good or bad, and I am freaking hyped.
well, I mean,
Paul's gonna be the douchebag kind.
Have you seen what I do to people in video games when I get the option?
have you seen what I've done in Infamous?
In the
Oh,
10 minutes
yeah.
that Alex was playing Infamous, he slaughtered like half the city.
That sounds like Alex.
Well, I'm
That
just
sounded
saying.
big
I mean, you
stuff.
guys can expect me to be a bad guy, but what else we got? We got Infamous. We have. I know
No,
there are
that's-
some games that we're missing right now.
What about Mortal
Alex.
Kombat?
Wait, there's another one?
Yeah, they already said there's supposed to be another one next year. Next year, 2015.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Alex.
But then again, what are they gonna do with the franchise?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what we need?
Say-
Pokemon Stadium 3.
That was basically Pokemon Coliseum.
Fuck that shit. That doesn't count.
It does count.
It does
Pokemon
not
Coliseum
count.
was a great
I
game.
want to be able to go back and put my freaking like Game Boy Color games in a slot and then just resurrect my Pokemon from there.
I remember playing the Game Boy games on the next 64, use the slot thing. Remember when we tried that?
I brought my fucking N64 to this kid's house
I'm
last
mad this
year.
guy still has all of his freaking childhood games. All of mine were either stolen or given away.
Wow. I still have my PS1 childhood shit, PS2, N64. I have it all just locked away, just sitting in like in a little tomb.
I have everything from PlayStation 2 and onwards except for the cases.
That sucks. I mean, but the consoles, they're really good. Like I have them, and performance wise, they're both great. They're both better than PS3 and Xbox 360. But what I'm curious about they have the new TVs coming out next year or 2015. So they're gonna reintroduce new technology, new spec parts, whatever, new HDs and stuff like that. So the next console is like they're rumored for 2019, 2020, and that's just so early.
That's not early. That's late.
I honestly
It's
think
not.
they
It's not
need to
10
make
years though. It's what?
consoles.
It's less than 6 to 7 years.
That's late.
It's not really late, man.
Technology is advancing too fast.
I know, but would you not want to enjoy your
Too much
games
too
before some
fast.
other fucking consoles come out?
Well, why would you want to enjoy your games with the same hardware for 6 years? One on PC, they're probably having triple monitors. They already have triple monitors.
That,
Hang
that
on.
goes that goes back to your childhood, because didn't you say you played like Ratchet and Clank and Jack over and over and over again, just reliving the experience?
But that's not the same thing for this day and age. That's why I don't respect this generation as much as the PlayStation 2
Hang on,
generation.
guys. Hang on. Here you go. Why don't they just take the Xbox One and PS4 or the next generation and make it to where you can upgrade it like the PC versions?
They're never gonna do
They're
that.
never gonna do
Why
that.
won't they though? If you think about it, they can be the ones that sells like the little bitty graphics cards of them. They make the
They
graphics
can,
and everything.
but as
Yeah.
fucked up as it is, the reason why consoles are so popular is because they're for people that are lazy and in some cases stupid.
They don't want to lose money. That's the bottom line.
It's just to make
No, how would they be losing money if you think about it? They would be the company you would have to buy the graphics card to, because they could make their own custom graphics card that
But
nobody.
then that's another thing. Like if you could buy the graphics card, why not just buy a PC? If you're gonna have to open it up and everything, you might as well just buy a PC.
That's why PC gamers like they consider console gamers not even gamers, because you can't
I don't
upgrade.
understand why they do that because like I play PC games and it's like sometimes you have to do all the troubleshooting when you're trying to mod shit.
No,
and stuff like
that is true, but it still gives you a more open, option to do like more creativity and more stuff like that. Whereas opposed to the consoles, you're limited. That's something I never understood. Why are you so limited on
You
consoles?
do sacrifice the limitivity, but on the consoles there's a way bigger social aspect. You can
Well,
talk to
because
your
more
friends,
people would want to play on a console than they would on a PC.
and I just like I've been playing on the PC since like 2007. I still prefer a controller any day.
That is true. I agree. I can't fuck with a mouse in certain games.
Yes.
But so you're saying the PS4, Xbox One are better than PCs now, but what about next
Hold on,
year?
be right back. 1 second.
Oh no! Have y'all seen the new Alienware commercial? They
No,
called out PS4 and Xbox basically.
Wait, they're what?
They basically said better than any console. Like their new Alienware PC, they said better than any console.
Alright, I'm back. I'm back.
Really? So wait, so you're saying the new Alienware computer is gonna be better than Xbox One and PS4?
Yeah, the new Alienware commercial, they have it for Call of Duty Ghosts where this dude's like switching weapons and everything. It's like real life, and then at the end it says better than any console. So they basically just called out both consoles right there.
You can call it the consoles, but in terms of friends and connectivity, no way. No
Yeah.
way. Like,
Well, I mean, then again, how many players or how many people socialize more and play more on a PC than they do on a console?
Well, not a lot of people socialize on the PC. From what I know,
PC is
all
good
it's
for
just
Have
games
you
like
not seen World of Warcraft?
that's a different thing. That's an MMO. But like, if you play a game like Skyrim, you're not going to be communicating with nobody. You were
Skyrim, like more like Battlefield and like all the Call of Duty games and whatnot. Like MMO games, yeah, there's probably a lot of like talking and whatnot, but like the shooters, probably not a lot.
Like imagine
Yeah,
Borderlands on a PC.
but
Yeah,
you're only
I've got
talking
that.
to 4 people, while on Xbox you're talking to like 8.
Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
you can-
visually, it'd probably be more amazing and stuff like that. And
Oh
like,
yeah, of course. But
Yeah, it is.
visually,
pretty
it's
good.
better in some aspects, but at the same time, the console controller plus your friends that you know from school or something like that,
no,
you have
yeah,
from there.
I definitely agree. But what I'm saying is, do you think that next year in 2014, these consoles are still going to be more superior than the PCs?
No,
They're
they're
not even superior now.
Well, as if they're 2013, yeah, because there's only 2 months, so.
They weren't even superior back in the
next
day.
year they'll be outdated again.
They're
outdated
practically they're already outdated actually.
Really?
Exactly.
Like
Can I
I
just-
was just playing
They
Skyrim on my
already have
PC.
like newer graphics cards that got released too for Battlefield 4 personally.
Can I just make a
Yeah,
shout out to my
I
man
mean-
Nelson Mandela?
The thing I liked about what is it Nelson Mandela?
Rest in peace, mate.
Go on, Paul.
Sorry.
I love the PC because you can get your 60 frames per second on any game that you want at least, and still it's good for multi-platform games, not for exclusives either. Because like it doesn't have none of the PlayStation exclusives, which I'm a huge fan of.
I remember I used to play one PC game so much that I remember I almost broke my back over because I used to play the game called The Movies on the PC,
Never heard it.
where you actually it was called The Movies 1 and The Movies 2. If you go look it up, you're practically making your own movies, right? And it was so creative, and I used to sit there for
The
fucking
first game I ever played on PC and got me hooked onto PC gaming,
RuneScape.
Halo 1.
Oh, damn it.
Wait. Well, obviously we all know fucking Dave's is gonna be RuneScape. What about you, Danny?
Shut up.
RuneScape. I was doing that
Okay.
since.
It was
Okay,
Halo
so-
then
so-
RuneScape,
year
yeah,
four.
for me.
So I remember Paul. You did RuneScape too, right? So what
Yeah.
was so special about RuneScape
The
compared
social aspect.
Achievement.
And having fun, like player killing, like fighting other players and stuff like that. But the social aspect more than anything. When you're playing MMOs, when you're fighting side by side with your friends, it's the best thing ever.
And achievement. Like the fact when you get a
Hey,
99,
Paul, you had
feel like
friends
you've
back
achieved
then?
something.
I have
Oh!
friends,
Ooh.
Shots fired.
asshole.
Alright, so what makes RuneScape different than games like World of Warcraft and
Well,
StarCraft?
Back
and-
then it was cheaper, and it was still fun in its own way. It's different. But World of Warcraft is still the superior game now. Like right now, it is.
Out of all PC games, out of Counter Strike and
Oh,
StarCraft,
I'm not saying that because it's the most popular.
so what is the best PC game you've played in terms of MMO and in terms of like alternative aspects like first person shooter?
Club Penguin.
I really kind of got away from
Penguin,
MMOs.
Oh my
seriously?
god.
Seriously.
After World of Warcraft,
No.
I got away from MMOs because they kill a lot of time. They burn time. So
Time doesn't exist in
All right, so what about
MMOs.
you, Danny?
let's just stop.
For me, it's got to be the Stanley Parable.
Okay, Dave.
Club Penguin.
I've basically the only two MMOs I played on PC is World of Warcraft and RuneScape.
Yeah.
So which one of the two do you think was better?
RuneScape.
Damn.
Definitely.
So that game was that good?
Yeah.
RuneScape back in
That
the
game
day.
literally
Exactly.
wasted about almost
It
3
was my
months.
childhood.
Like I've wasted
3 months, that's nothing. It wasted 4 years of my life.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit.
I didn't play it like pulling them. I actually went outside some. But
I didn't. My life was RuneScape at a
That-
point.
that- like
I was selling my
the
account for
summer of
100k every day.
2007, I lost my entire summer to that game.
I did. I stood there in banks saying,
Dude.
"Send my account for Okay.
I bet Danny would sit there and wank his beef to like a character like walking by. Hey, can you spare some gold? Hot, 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 hot.
Oh my god.
That was Danny back like 4 years ago. I mean, think about it. Somebody comes up to him, just all you see is a little text message coming up saying, "Hi, can you spare some gold?" That was Danny, and I can imagine Paul too. Paul had like a giant beard and whatnot, looking like he came out of.
I will have facial hair.
Like,
I do.
man. But I mean, I've always wanted to try RuneScape because I had so many friends play, but I never understood. I remember I watched one of my friends play, and I was like, "This is so boring."
When I try to share it to like Trevor or Neil for the first time, they're like, "What the fuck are you playing, man?" And I'm like, "But
Really?
but it's RuneScape, guys. You should play it." Pa, get away from the computer. Just go.
Questing was my life back.
You tried sharing it to Neil. That kid just he hates games.
Trevor got into it. Neil got into weed and stuff, but whatever.
Yeah, but didn't you tell me that Neil sold all his games?
He sold all of his games, including his Xbox. I was like, oh, why?
Wait, but why did he sell everything?
I don't know. It's bud money. I don't know.
Butt money.
You said butt money or bud money?
Bud.
I said butt money. I was like,
okay.
fuck is he getting transplant? I don't know. I mean, you say that the best console of all time was the PS2, and I would agree. But do you think that there's going to be any other console, PS4, Xbox,
Nope.
PS5, or whatever, that's going to top that?
Nope.
Why?
Because the way for a console to get a ton of games and to be successful, it has to sell a lot. Like as you can see with the Wii U, if it doesn't sell a lot, it has basically no games.
The best game ever is Snakes and Ladders. You can't take that away.
Shut up. PlayStation 2, however,
Danny right now sounds high.
everybody had one.
I've had Monster Energy.
Danny sounds like he's about to play RuneScape right now. Hot. That's exactly what he's But I mean, PS2, I remember I had so many games for the PS2, and like, it was just mind blowing. And back in
Wow,
the day,
you guys are still going at this?
I still don't understand.
Oh my God, you missed it.
How was the trip to Staples?
It was pretty good. Got my ticket for the SAT printed
All
out.
right, hold on, because we have to ask.
Alex had a PlayStation 2, yet he never played any of the
Echo, guys. Sort the echo.
Yes.
Echo.
What the hell is that?
What
That's
echo?
Sean.
What echo?
You hear an echo.
Yeah.
Turn down your volume or something. You hear an echo.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right, anyways, so let's ask Sean, since Sean's been gone. All right, Sean, a couple of questions for you. Question number one: what was the greatest console of your childhood or in your life in general, and why? And question number two: where do you see the Xbox One, PS4, and PC taking off in terms of as a whole in the future?
Greatest console would have to be the PlayStation 2.
Why?
A lot of memories on that one. That was the first like major gaming system I ever played. I mean, I got PlayStation 1. That was when me and Paul were playing, but there wasn't many games for PlayStation 1. But then PlayStation 2, that's when all the great games came out, like Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper.
Okay.
So
I'm
it really has a lot more
Alex never
memories of that
played
one.
any of those though. How do you not get any of the exclusives for that? The face of those consoles.
I never got Jack, Sly, and fucking Ratchet.
That's like getting
those
your
are the only
Xbox
three
never
games I
played
never got.
Gears.
I got everything else but those three.
That's like getting your Xbox and getting everything else besides Gears of War and Halo.
Well, that is
I
true.
never
But all right,
played Halo
back
for
to
a
Sean. All right, so you say the PS2. So the next question is: do you think the PS4 is going to come anywhere near the PS2's level in terms of captivating you, in terms of games, or maybe just the whole aspect of having better, stories for certain games? Like, do you think like how do you think the PS4 is going to top up at the end of its lifespan, comparing it to the PS3 and PS2?
With the way the PS3 amazed with all the great games it had, like Last of Us, Skyrim, all this stuff.
There he goes.
Okay, wait, sorry. Dad was talking to me. But you see, like all those great games that came out for PlayStation 3, and since it went from PlayStation 2 to that, I'm pretty sure. And with Infamous Second Son, Destiny, they're all coming out. So I'm pretty sure the PlayStation 4 is gonna hold its own and even be better
Then what?
than everything.
So you're saying PS4, PS2, PS3?
Yes.
Wow. Whereas opposed to your brother, he said PS2, and then that was pretty much it. So is that the real order that you would place these three consoles? PS4, PS2, PS3, or is it PS4, PS3, PS2?
PS4, put a little tie in between PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3, and then PlayStation 1.
Wow. Okay, what about you, Paul?
PS2, maybe PS4, then PS3, then PlayStation 1.
Wow, still with the PS2. What about you, Danny?
Toaster. I mean, probably PS2. Because I remember playing Ratchet and Clank and I was so scared of dying, I had to get my dad to play it for me.
In the PS2 era, they made games that didn't have to get patched after they get released.
Paul,
Yeah.
did you hear what I just said?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
I know.
so you're saying PS2, and then how about the other two?
The other two.
PS4 and PS3.
Well, PS3, I played it for about a year, and then
Give me
obviously
one
I
sec,
switched
guys.
over to
Gotta go.
Xbox.
So you're saying PS2, PS3, PS4.
I haven't played PS4, but I'm saying PS2, probably PS4, then PS3.
Okay, Ralph, aka Vern.
PS2, PS4, PS3.
Dave.
Is it only PlayStation?
Yeah, only PlayStation.
Oh, I only play PlayStation 2, so that's a top.
PS Vita.
Oh, PS Vita and PSP.
No, I did play the PSP, so it's probably
Wait,
PlayStation.
did anybody ever have a PSP?
I did.
No.
Damn, you guys have
No.
pretty small penises.
I knew he was gonna do that. Fuck.
Compensating.
All right.
Damn it.
Well, what about in terms of like Nintendo consoles, like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, and Wii?
Oh my god.
GameCube,
Yeah.
N64, then the Wii.
Yep.
No, then the Super Nintendo, then the Wii.
True.
I wouldn't even classify the Wii.
I wouldn't either. I'd probably say GameCube.
Yeah.
I'd probably say GameCube, N64, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo, and then Wii at the bottom.
For me,
If
it'd
you
be
count the
Wii
Game
Remote.
Boys, then the 3DS is pretty good.
Yeah,
I
the
came in on a
3DS.
good part of the conversation.
All right, so Sean, what about Nintendo ranks like GameCube?
Oh, Nintendo
Wii?
64 owns all.
Even GameCube?
Yep.
Wow.
You got Legend of Zelda Ocarina, Mario Party 2, the Super Smash Bros. The first one,
Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo
Oh,
Kazooie,
I remember I used to play that
Donkey
like
Kong.
crazy with that fucking witch.
That was
Mhm.
easy, that game. Banjo Kazooie.
That was a scary ass game, Danny.
That was like the best game
Well,
I've
Banjo Kazooie.
Banjo
Yeah.
Kazooie. Alex. Banjo
was the
Kazooie
easiest
is
game to
basically Jack
100%
and Dexter
ever.
1.
Ah,
Yeah,
what
that
are
is
you
true.
eating?
Yeah.
It was
That's
the
basically
easiest
Jack and
game to
Dexter.
100%.
Ah,
Yeah.
what are you eating?
I'm eating a caramel.
What? What's
Is he
caramel?
eating caramel popcorn now?
Hey, you guys want to see a picture
God.
of Paul?
Alex, don't do it.
Well, there was a subliminal message, and I didn't really catch on until I had a freeze frame and go back a certain couple of seconds, you know. I'll show you in the end, but that picture made me fucking laugh so hard last night.
What picture?
Sean's eyes are forever corrupted.
It basically scarred me for life, and I cannot look at my brother the same way again.
That's how impactful that picture was. But anyways, going back to the console wars, making a reference to South Park. Who saw that new South Park episode?
I
Okay.
did.
Oh my god! Like, well,
Alex,
everybody
you
saw it
asked
but
me
Paul.
about
So,
Nintendo.
but that
And-
South Park episode, was it not beast? I mean, they had more potential, but dude, like, what are your thoughts on it, guys?
They basically said Bill Gates is a bodybuilder who could kill Sony's person.
And he has MS-13 tattoos all over him.
Uh-huh.
That was just like, because I remember when the Sony guy got the sword, he was like, this sword. And fucking Bill Gates just took off his shirt and he had like MS-13 tattoos and Aryan Brotherhood tattoos and like.
And he sucker punched the shit out of him.
And then he fucking beat him into oblivion. And the boys are like walking in a mall full of blood, searching for like this GameStop. Like the sign was even corrupted. It didn't even have a GameStop in it. It was just like the guy was just standing there, like, hey guys, so what can I do for you? It reminded me of
Funniest moment was when Randy, like you see, like all dead bodies, he's holding a big TV and he's walking out.
fucking what else happened? Oh, the guy in the garden. You get the hell out of my garden! And the
I'm gonna take a shit in your garden.
I'll shit in your fucking garden. Oh my god, that was such a great. I was watching it while I was on Skype with Paul. It was just I told him to watch it. He was like, "Well, I didn't watch it 'cause I'm gay." So I was just like, "All right, well, you should watch it because it's really funny." But so speaking of South Park, is it really true that they're gonna end the entire franchise in 2015, 2016?
I said about ending at season 15.
Hey guys,
I know,
you might want to click that in the chat.
Wait,
How many
so
times you spammed it?
so wait, are they really gonna end the season?
God. What?
What in the world, Paul? What in the world?
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
What the?
That's the picture, ladies and gentlemen, right there. There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh God, Paul, why?
No, please, no.
You,
Stop
you,
it,
you
Paul.
can thank
Paul,
me for
stop.
the amazing craftsmanship.
Help. Please help me. I need mentals. Please. I need a psychologist. Please help
You just
me.
basically corrupt. Danny seems like he's been broken.
I'm
Like
going to
mentally.
die.
I mean,
Shut up.
it's not really that.
Error.
It's more like
Error.
this one right here.
Error.
But
Error. Error. Error.
oh my god,
Error. Error.
I'm mad. This guy. Ali's photoshopped it, not me.
fucking Dave got brain damage.
I'm on a constant error loop. Error. Error. Error.
Everybody's officially scarred by this now. I love it.
What in the world, dude?
Just stare into my eyes. Just stare into my
Oh
eyes.
god, don't
No.
do that.
No.
What?
Why
happening.
have you sent it to me? Why? Why have you
You
sent
see,
it?
Danny has my reaction when I first saw it.
No.
I'm
You
gonna
you
go
almost
find a
like
squirrel. Hug it.
died of a heart attack.
I'm
I
gonna go hug a
cried
squirrel. That's it.
emotionally for 3 days.
You see,
Yeah,
you
Paul.
see Danny grow out his hair, has a giant beard, like hugged up next to a dead squirrel in the forest somewhere. Danny, what's wrong, Danny? I saw something. I scalded me. So
Why is he talking like Thor?
What the hell is that?
is that how Thor talks?
Yeah.
Help me now.
God, I mean, but
Oh, did you know
let's
who
take.
Thor's married to in real life?
Let's wait. What?
Do you know who Chris Hemsworth's married to in real life?
Who?
You guys don't know?
Who is she?
Young money.
It's the chick from Fast and the Furious.
Y'all get it?
Which one?
You remember in Fast Six when Vin Diesel was sleeping with the chick in the bed in the beginning? And I was like, oh my god.
Are you serious? That's her?
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, shit. Vin Diesel already smashed that ass.
Yeah.
But he was married to her since 2010.
Well, then 2010, 2013, she smashed Vin Diesel.
Yep.
I mean, looking back for this year, I mean, so with the whole Paul Walker death, I mean, do you think Fast and Furious is ever going to be the same again? I mean, even though it's not, what are your thoughts on a reboot?
That's like Harry Potter without Harry Potter.
But what are your thoughts on a potential reboot?
I can't see it.
won't
Paul
be the
Walker
same.
started the series. That's what I said. He was the creator of the
Like
franchise.
everybody revolved him and Vin Diesel, but he was the one like kind of was like the counterweight.
So a possibility of a reboot. Would you guys agree or disagree?
No.
Alex, I think you should
Nah,
play Paul
I think they
Walker's
should keep it
character.
with the memory of Paul Walker.
So Fast and Furious 7 should be the last one,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's it.
Yes.
No
I
more.
think Jason Statham should kill him in that movie.
Do you really think Hollywood cares about your stupid emotions? They're gonna be like, oh wait, we made how much? Fuck it. Sign up for 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna do a reboot after that. Do 1, 2.
Did you know the way it works? If like an actor on your movie dies, there's insurance for that.
Really?
They collected
Yeah.
insurance. That's why they're not afraid to recast the whole thing.
Wow. I mean,
that is just sick.
They collected insurance money, so that's why they said we could scrap everything and refilm everything, or we can just move along with what we got.
they're not done with this. Are you kidding me right now? They're not done.
But I can't.
I can't believe you collect insurance money in that shit.
Why did Illuminati kill Paul Walker?
I mean, it's just if they do decide to scrap it up and redo it, I mean, so many people did not like the first couple of Fast films. It was only up until the fifth one when people.
First one
Yeah, the fifth one.
The
fifth
first one was
fun.
good. The second one was even
The
better.
first one was horrible.
First one was horrible. Second one was funny. There was barely any story in the first two.
Yeah,
Hang on. Hold it. You're over here saying that Paul Walker is part of your childhood, but you're over here saying that Fast and Furious 1 sucked.
Yeah, it did suck, but it was
They had no story.
It didn't.
It started the franchise you love. How could you say it sucked?
It started the franchise. That's what I remember.
Okay, then what made you want to watch the
Okay, yeah, it's just like the original, like
Shots fired.
it's like the first like Avenger movies. It was all like supposed to be like the
The
starting little building
The
blocks.
first Fast and Furious movie is what everybody stereotypes everything as: cars, women, and just stupidity. Well,
That's pretty much what Danny summed it up at. He said
that's what he summed it up
car
as.
with guns.
But after the fourth
Cars,
one,
gun, and driving
the fourth one had a much larger story, and it was just perfect.
I never saw the fourth one.
The Fast and Furious. That's what I was.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
the Fast
they
and
threw a
Furious.
curveball
I
in there,
never
though.
saw. I saw 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. I never saw the fourth one. Danny, stop mumbling. I never saw that one.
So how'd you know who Braga was?
Wow, that was a guess.
Okay.
They stole my word. I don't care what anybody says. That was the last thing he said before he died. Where's Brecker? That was it.
That was there before you even started Unreal.
I fucking made the. I remember we were all in the theater watching it, and as he said that, I looked at everybody. I was like, "Wait a minute, did they? Nah."
And we were all like, they watch Alex's videos.
Nah. Nah. I mean, but Fast and Furious 7, you know it's going to be the highest grossing in the box office because of Paul Walker's death.
Hang on, did everybody forget about Tokyo Drift?
No.
Nobody liked that one, apparently.
Exactly, but they threw that in there. They can end off Fast and Furious 7 and move on to Tokyo Drift.
No, Tokyo Drift.
Do you really think they're
Fast 7 takes place after Tokyo Drift?
What?
Fast 6 ends with Tokyo Drift.
Yes, Tokyo Drift's technically number 7. Fast 7 would be technically 8.
No, it's not even 7. It's like 7, 6 and a half.
6.5.
Because
oh yeah, technically it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just about Han's story. Yeah.
Because Fast 6 actually brings the story forward. It brings it further than Tokyo Drift.
So wouldn't it go as follows? Wouldn't it go as Tokyo Drift then 6? But you're saying 6 then Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, it's 6 then Tokyo Drift then 7. Because
I don't know. Sometimes the order of these films are just retarded.
Because they numbered everything wrong.
Well, look at the Star Wars movies.
Because
hey.
Wow. In Tokyo Drift, Vin Diesel's already in Tokyo.
Yeah, that is true. But it's like so 7's gonna take place after Tokyo Drift, after Han's death, obviously, but I want to know how they're gonna end it because Paul Walker, it's like
I think The Rock is gonna die. I think Paul Walker is gonna die.
I think The Rock was supposed to die the first time.
Yeah, he was supposed to die, but now they're definitely re-scrapping that. They're not allowing him to die.
One character that
cannot favorite character. Like now that Paul Walker's gone.
We all thought Paul in that movie Paul Walker was probably the only character to not die, just like Rick from The Walking Dead. But now I think the only character that cannot die is Vin Diesel.
That is true, and probably The Rock because if they're gonna make an 8th one, why have just Vin Diesel without any other character?
No, I think The Rock might die. Still.
You think so?
No, everyone's
at the very end.
The Rock, even though he just showed up.
I think at the very end, The Rock might die, and then Vin Diesel and him might be looking at each other like, we're actually friends now. But it's sorry, man, you're dead. Bye.
Who said they wanted Ludacris dead?
Me.
Paul.
Yeah, why?
His acting after the second one went to shit.
What about Tyrese?
Tyrese is still a great actor.
What about him as a character dying off? How would you feel?
He's like the Flash. He's the funniest dude there.
But how would you feel?
That would be messed up, because then it's going to be a boring team with those women that do nothing.
Oh, shit.
So basically like Alex and Paul and everybody
else. That's just a low blow. So you're saying Michelle Rodriguez is shit of a character?
No, not her.
But not her. She's a man, right?
Yeah, she's a man.
Yeah. You guys.
Is she really a man?
She's not a man, Dave.
Dave's voice got like so scared.
Yeah, he's
like, wait a sec.
She's really a man? I used to fap to her while playing RuneScape.
No.
What the hell?
I don't know. If they decide to do a reboot, I want to see everybody's reaction to this. Cause I mean, they could do it if they want to. They don't really care. They don't care about your opinion.
There's only like 4 useful characters now, though.
They can switch everybody up.
No, but there's only like 4 useful characters.
Yeah, but they can always switch them up.
How is there only 4 characters?
They can switch them out. If they want to do a reboot, they can just say the hell with everybody, get brand new cast members.
You know, it'd be fucked up if they took the white guy from Tokyo Drift and made him the new Paul Walker, and it would be like everybody revolves around him.
Or they can take Mark Wahlberg.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Wahlberg, he plays the same character in every movie.
The same thing we said about The Rock, bald, big guy.
Exactly.
So,
does anybody remember any of Mark Wahlberg's name in his movies? Like any of his names?
Yep.
Besides Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
Bobby.
The one.
What about Barney?
Bobby from Four Brothers.
And
Two
Barney
Guns.
from fucking Pain and Gain.
It's the one from Two Guns.
And Ralph.
And doesn't he have like a resume with like 20 movies?
Wait, wasn't Mark Wahlberg the one that played in Ted?
Yeah.
See this? He doesn't
He got
even know
beat
the
up
name.
by a fucking bear.
He doesn't even know the name.
No, I was thinking he played in Shooter, played in Ted.
Two Guns.
But nobody knows the name of the characters.
Yes, Danny.
I love that movie.
It just goes to show. But I mean, Mark Wahlberg is gonna be in Transformers, so
He's the new Shia LaBeouf,
Who's he
technically,
playing
right?
as? Mark Wahlberg?
Oh,
no. He's
Alright,
playing as Optimus fucking Prime.
Dick.
I'd believe that.
I would.
Like Vin Diesel actually has a little even though we know he plays as Vin Diesel, I never knew he plays as the Iron Giant. So
Yeah, that was
some
know that.
diversity
Who?
there.
Who?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
He played
He's
the
the
Iron
voice of
Giant.
the Iron
He
Giant.
was the Iron Giant.
Wow. I did not know
I
that.
go.
You stay. I go.
Danny's
I
still
have-
scarred.
I love that film.
I
I
gotta
cried.
find that movie. I want to watch it
When you
again. It's
go
just
The
so
Iron
much.
Giant.
Iron Giant.
Shit, I'm
I
about
cried.
to go watch like some of my old freaking childhood movies like Power Rangers
The
and
ones-
shit.
Did anyone else cry at the end of Harry Potter?
I am
series?
dying to find the Power Rangers in Space final episodes. Like when they all
Why don't you just go watch History of Power Rangers on YouTube?
like when they all go to war.
Did I? Am I the only one that cried at the end of the Harry Potter series?
Who cares?
I clapped like a penguin. I clapped like Alex at Man of Steel.
Says the guy who doesn't appreciate movies. But I mean, Harry Potter was a great.
Ooh.
Harry Potter had a great ending. It was really good.
It was a really good, satisfying ending. Like a lot of people died. Harry practically died
I mean,
and
they
came back to
didn't.
life.
They even killed one of the twins, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That really adds the emotional.
Who was the
Why
one
did they
guy
kill the
that?
twins?
Who was the one
Why?
that stood up against everybody? Was it I forgot his name.
Neville.
Neville.
Neville. He fucking.
Neville's
Oh,
bloody
I will not
awesome.
fucking pray. It was just like what the.
And then he said the truth. People die every day,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You just gotta keep going on."
People die every day, yeah.
Voldemort had a giant army, man.
Yo,
Voldemort
dude,
had no nose.
he was dead for who knows how long, and he still had his army.
I like how the one thing Danny points out is that Voldemort had no nose. The only thing he pointed out.
Yeah, it's not the fact that he was just a maniacal character; it's the fact that he had no nose.
I think he was mad because
I was confused too. I was like, "Wait, is he human or not?"
Well, the
Yeah.
bottom line is, I mean, he converted everybody. Half that school was against each other. What would you do if you went to school tomorrow, right, and that happened?
And Harry Potter was in my school, and
celebrate
we had to turn him in.
tomorrow.
I'd
No,
be his
no,
best
like,
friend. I
what would
want
you
to. I
do
want to be
if
able to belong in
what would
these
you do if you went to
adventures.
school? What would you do if you went to school, and pretty much everybody was like committing a riot? Like it was half the school against each other.
You
Yeah.
walked out of
If
that,
you
then
turned
you
in one
won.
person, they would stop all the fighting, right?
Pretty much.
I would be one of those kids that turned into Harry Potter because he got fucking special treatment the entire time he was there.
I would join them.
I think
would
Ralph,
join
I
Voldemort.
think Ralph would probably be the first ones to get slaughtered.
I think I would join Voldemort and
Let's
know
go
who
for it.
to
Let's go
aim
become
for.
werewolves.
Oh, did you hear what fucking Sean just said? What'd you say, Sean?
I would join Voldemort's team, and I'd just know who to aim for.
And so you would go against your brother?
Well, Paul said he'd go on
I'm going
Voldemort's
with
team
into
too. So.
Voldemort.
I can imagine.
I was going
Freaking
Voldemort's team.
Paul tries
You
to
remember how
defend
there was
I'm
Potter.
gonna go on the opposite team just so I can kill Sean off. Nobody likes Johnny Depp, man. Nobody likes him.
Oh,
Oh, Dave! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh,
huh?
Sean, I was talking shit about him when you went.
All right, everyone loves Johnny Depp. Unlike you, Notorious Blaze, no one loves you.
I love him. He's my friend.
Nobody likes Pirates of the Caribbean anyway.
Everyone loves Pirates of the
I
Caribbean.
like the theme
Do you,
tune.
do you
Ooh,
see
shots
how
fired,
all these
shots fired.
celebrity people always get in trouble? Johnny Depp does not get in trouble. He can't get in trouble. No one can touch him.
Can I just tell you something Johnny Depp
Can't
did?
touch this down.
He
I'm
went
pretty
to
sure
the-
people can touch him.
He
He
I'm
went to a
pretty sure.
hospital dressed as Jack Sparrow because they nursed his daughter back to health. That's nice. He's a nice person.
I'm confused on what Danny.
I'm pretty sure Danny insulted Jack Sparrow when you left earlier. He was talking a lot of shit about him.
What?
Wait, Danny, what'd you say? Because I heard like cars passing by my window.
I said Johnny Depp's a good person because he when his daughter was nursed back to health, he went back to the hospital dressed as Jack Sparrow, read stories to the kids.
Yeah, I remember reading
See?
that article.
Johnny Depp is also a nice guy. He's a great actor, badass person. He's the next Jesus Christ. And Danny, if you, I mean,
No, you
Dave,
can
if
kill
you ever
yourself
say
on
anything
that
about
one.
Johnny
You
Depp
can
again, I
kill
will find
yourself
you.
on that
I will beat the shit out of you. I will drop you in a well and have Johnny Depp come and look at you and just kick you once in the nose.
I don't
Oh!
know who you are. I don't know what you
Oh,
want.
God.
But if I find you, I will kill you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Liam
see,
Neeson.
Danny will call Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I'll call him up
But
That
first.
would be a good
Man.
fight. Liam Neeson and Johnny Depp.
Oh, I would actually like to see that.
You see Liam Neeson snap Johnny Depp's neck, that'd be the end of the fight. I
Have you
can't
seen the
believe he
trailer for
said
that new film?
he's gonna beat Dave up and put him in a well.
Have you seen
Yes.
his new film he's bringing out? It looks
You know how
really
they always
good. The
said
one
that,
on the
that like
airplane.
Jimmy's in a well kind of thing? It's gonna be Dave this time.
Ooh.
What's that? There's a kid stuck in the
Don't
well.
worry,
Oh
I'll
no,
have
it's just
somebody
hay.
down there joining
We'll
me.
leave it down
We'll
there.
be in there afterwards.
All right, this segues into the next topic: Battle of Gods
Did you
2.
say ride the segways into the next topic?
He said
Yeah, he said.
segue.
Wait, what are we riding again?
Fuck you guys.
We're riding the motherfucking segway.
It's a
Those
riding.
are shit.
My God, you just. I need you to leave your room and then come back inside.
Why?
Just leave and come back inside.
All
right.
basically, we gotta get a good call on this. We can't respect the one here.
I can't believe he's gonna have to leave his room and come back inside and redeem himself.
It's like if he said, "Will Tom Cruise out of here?"
Tom Cruise is a good actor. Tom
I'm not sure which one's worse, Sean's right now or freaking Paul's.
Hey,
Wait,
I was
why-
giving an example.
We're gonna Tom Cruise out of here, or let's segue into the next topic.
Oh, all
Jack
right, wait. So hold
Reacher's
on. Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Tom Cruise.
Again? All right, wait. So, do you think there's
Cruise.
any actor out there that's better than Johnny Depp?
Hell
Yeah.
Tom
no.
Cruise.
Yes.
Are you? Oh,
Yes.
wait. Paul says yes. Who?
Yeah.
Aaron Paul.
There's a few really good actors like
Who?
Bryan
Christian
Cranston.
Bale. You got Thor,
Bryan
Chris
I think
Hemsworth.
Christian Bale is better than Johnny.
Christian Bale's an asshole in real life, though.
Actually, never mind. Fuck that. I'm
Bryan Cranston.
reading a Batman poster. Okay, it just popped into my head.
What an idiot.
All right. What about Brad Pitt?
Bryan Cranston.
Brad
I think
Pitt,
he's kind
eh.
of boring.
Pitt's pretty good.
Pitt is very good, but
Is no one listening to
some of
me?
the movies are not that interesting.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
cares about Aaron Paul.
So in terms of
Bryan Cranston.
acting. So you're saying Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp. Which one?
Johnny Depp.
Bryan Cranston.
Johnny Depp.
Man, what about that
Johnny
movie?
Depp is like in so
Young
many
Man.
different
Cowboy?
movies, and they all get good reviews just because of him.
All right. What about Vin Diesel and Johnny Depp?
Oh, it's still Johnny Depp. Vin Diesel's only in Fast and Furious
Bryan
and Iron Giant. I can't really.
And Riddick.
Actually,
well,
Johnny
Riddick,
Depp's
I'm
still
not
a
gonna
better
say,
actor.
Riddick was a
He's still
pretty
a
good
better
movie,
actor.
man.
Bryan
Wait,
Cranston.
what did Paul say?
Aaron Paul.
Johnny Depp is still a better actor.
So who's better than Johnny Depp? I can name
Aaron
one
Paul.
person, but if I
Young
say
Money.
his name, everybody's gonna go off.
Aaron Paul.
Who?
Young
You know, my man. You know, Robert
Aaron
Downey
Paul.
Jr.
Yeah, Young
Oh,
Money.
Robert Downey Jr. is the
hell nah.
shittiest.
How is he shit?
That's
You
a
really
generic
don't
don't
think
character
so,
he
James.
plays.
He is not shit.
Sherlock Holmes.
Alex, he plays a
Sherlock
role
Holmes.
that does not require any acting. Just like be a douche.
What about?
Wait, in
what
his
about-
defense,
You know
did
what's even
know
worse?
why-
You know what's
hang
even
on.
worse? Paul
you
Walker
know why
basically
Robert
did the
Downey
same
Jr.
exact
is like
thing.
he is?
Wait. Paul Walker basically did the same exact thing, playing a character that's himself. But even though Paul Walker died, we feel sorry because his character can't be replaced at all because he's part of the Fast family. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. Nobody gives a fuck. He can get replaced.
So really? Ah, man.
Hang on, do y'all even know why he acts like he acts today?
Why?
Have you not seen like some of the other stuff he had to do in older movies? And also alone, they gave him so much shit. They gave that man living hell, basically. That's why he is how he is today.
What about Aaron Paul?
Yes.
Who's Aaron
Aaron
Paul?
Paul?
He's the one that did Jesse in Breaking Bad.
Oh, I never saw Breaking
Oh.
Bad.
Go kill yourselves, please.
So
Just go.
this has just been one interesting ass podcast.
I mean,
My
I
God.
never watched Breaking Bad or Dexter, which are apparently supposed to be good shows. That's because
I'm
they
gonna
all
kill you.
bit off Death
I'm gonna-
Note.
I
you.
heard Dexter was supposed
Got
to be
you.
like the best show next to
I
Walking
heard
Dead.
that, but I
It's
think it's a bit
Johnny Depp.
overhyped.
But they
It's
all
not as good
bit
as
off
Walking
Death
Dead,
Note.
honestly.
Death Note. They all bit off that one.
So what do you think? Well, aside from Walking Dead, of course, what's the next best TV show?
No,
Dragon Ball Z.
Breaking Bad is
Dragon
better
Ball
than
Z is no longer on television.
If Toonami
Dumbass.
finally gets
Game of
destroyed.
Thrones.
Okay.
We're talking about currently on television, like
Okay,
Vampire
The Legend of
Diaries,
Korra.
or, like Vampire Diaries, or maybe like Big Bang.
I like how
Legend of
Alex
Korra.
is bringing up Vampire
Game of
The
Diaries.
Legend of
Game
Korra.
The
Legend
what?
of
Game of
Korra,
Thrones.
The Legend of Korra.
The Legend of Korra.
Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are just throwing out.
Game
What about
of
Game? What
Thrones.
about Game of Thrones?
Yes,
I've never
yes.
seen it, but
yes.
if you saw something like Alex, you would not
There's
recommend
Targaryen's
Game of
dead.
Thrones.
Wiener.
They cut off the screen right at the end of the
Wiener, and the wiener.
Vern, why the hell did you
What?
put a man shaking his ass down low?
Because that's what Vern likes to do. My
No.
God, that's all he does is shake his fucking ass. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching our podcast, everybody. This has been the Fatal Brotherhood Gaming, Notorious Blaze, Mr. Wolfalot, the Cognitive Gaming, and Vern, aka the Netherland Ralph. So thank you all for watching, everybody. I hope you all subscribe. leave your thoughts in the comment section below because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of comments referencing to what we said about many other things. So I hope you all enjoy. Stay tuned for the next podcast episode. And
Young Money!
we'll be seeing you, Young
I
Money,
heard someone
later.
fart.
Peace.